Young Hills, what's shaking, baby?
Hey, what up, what up, what up?
Fucking 12th episode of the F Mind Podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Honestly, dude, like I lose track at this point.
I keep
like, every day. I'm like, I gotta look at the fucking YouTube thing or whatever to
That's
figure out which
fine.
episode it is.
I see it every day, all day. Like I'm looking, like I'll go to.
You're where all of our viewers come from.
Nah, because I go to grab it. Now I leave it up and I just go to grab the link so I can, whenever I need it.
Yeah.
I've been playing League of Legends. You're gonna love this shit. Whenever I play League, I pop into the Champion Select lobby. The first thing I do is post our new episode.
Nice.
And I say, hey guys, huh?
You just link it in there.
Yeah, I'm just like, boop, and then I say, like, this is my podcast, guys, listen up.
That's dope.
And then I argue with them.
No, like, you fucking idiot. Like, why couldn't you heal better, you fuck?
Yeah, it's so funny, because it's right from the jump I start off, and they're like, no, won't listen to it. A lot of dudes say, I'll listen if we win.
Yeah, so is that what makes you, like, try harder? You're like, fuck,
Yeah,
I gotta get my sweat on now.
Sort of, but I'm also like, once we jump in, I tell the enemy team that I have a podcast, and they call me a dork.
And they're like, if we lose, we'll listen to
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's they said. They're like, dude, just die purposely, and I swear to God, I'll subscribe to you.
Feed me and I'll fucking feed you views. Like,
Yeah, and I use it as a distraction early on. I'm like, oh guys, you should look us up on Spotify. And they're like, cool, and they don't see me. They don't see my whole team invading their shit early on. And then fucking I come to swipe it like a first blood. You know, it's funny.
they're like looking for you. Like,
Yeah.
this bundle sticks fuck or whatever the hell they.
Yeah, fiddlesticks.
Yeah.
There was one dude that started listening to our shit, and he said he was mad at me, like, you know, because there's a whole bunch of butthurt fucking bums on League. He said, "Are you the fat one or the skinny nerd?"
How do you tell? Oh, is that like from the picture, or is it just the sound? Like, does a skinny nerd like sound?
I think it's from the cover art.
So I was gonna say, because how the fuck do you tell there's a skinny nerd and a fat one?
just off our faces, they're like, he's a skinny nerd, he's a fat one.
Damn, that's fucked up, guy.
Yeah.
If you're listening.
Yeah, I know. What a piece of shit, right?
I hope you lose your next ranked game and get demoted to cardboard.
Cardboard 19.
Fucking cardboard 2, bitch.
Yeah, he said that. One guy was like, he was talking to me, he's like, dude, you sound like shit. But I respect the effort. It's kind of cool.
Wait, really? I'm telling you, like, I keep bringing this up, but like, I'm telling you, I think you sound better. I think I sound like a nasally fucker. I know, I sound weird.
I think he was referring to me. He's like, you sound like a fucking, like how I do, just like with the Philly. It's because we're from Philly.
Just fucking babble. I mean,
it's because we're from Philly and we can't really tell. You know what I mean? We don't realize we have an accent. To us is how Philadelphians talk, and we just do our thing.
Yeah. Can you imagine if we were like from Texas or something? It was just, y'all, that motherfucker bundle sticks over here with the fucking pretty special came in 3 seconds in on the match.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
Dude, if we had Boston accents, it'd be fucking wild.
That would be the worst.
It'd be mad wicked guy. It'd be a real pisser. It'd be so wild, man.
So, I usually, you know, it's funny because I want to, because you know how some people move to different countries and then they pick up on that accent, right?
Yeah.
So like, British people, I guess, move to America and then they start developing the improper way of talking, I guess, as they would call it. Yeah. But if you move over to Britain, like at some point, I feel like you have to pick up that accent, right? Because some of their words are so, I mean, I don't know how they do it over there, but it just feels like you would have to pick up on it. Maybe like Scotland or like Scottish accents and shit like that. You definitely have to pick up on it.
I think Madonna did that at some point. Like she moved back. Yeah, I mean, like she was on tour. She came back she was in the UK for like a year. Came back just speaking British. I'm quite right then, ain't it,
Governor?
mate?
You're the president.
Yo, Governor is funny as shit. Yo, what's up, Governor? It's such a low-key roast, right?
I think the best one is the mate, dude. Like, that's my favorite one. And that's more Australian, right? But it's like British people use that a lot. And I think that's my favorite one. But you can't just have a fucking sentence with somebody. But, hey, mate, how's it going? In America. You can't. Like, there's no way. You get fucking laughed at, probably.
Second, mate.
Like, if somebody called me mate here without a British accent, I'd be like, who the fuck?
I'd look at him mad funny, like, what's up with you, dude? Like, mate?
You alright, bro?
Yeah, mate's funny. Yeah.
Trying to mate with me?
I like, yeah, exactly. That's what I would think. Like, it's I'm your mate now. We're
Are we supposed to hold hands now?
We're split the bills.
When did you move in, motherfucker?
Yeah. So there's that. Yeah, and it's mate everything, like flatmate. Like that's your roommate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your flatmate. You know, fucking.
I don't know, dude. I love their accents, man. If there was any language / accent I could speak, it would be that. Like, I wish I could have a perfect English accent, dude. It sounds badass as fuck.
Yeah. I love what...
And I could probably star in a shitload of movies that way, too.
Yeah, right, come off as... Yeah, you could do... I can totally see you being British.
Yeah.
You could be anything.
Yeah.
You're a little shapeshifter there.
You shed my skin and be fucking British, mate.
Yeah. Dude, I love what they do the British do this one thing. They'll pick a big-ass word and just kind of shove it in the middle of a sentence. Like, it's very... They're very eloquent, you know? They'll be like, oh, quite like this beer, right? And they'll be like, yeah, it's primary.
But there's always a British dude in every fucking movie, dude. Every fucking movie there is. Like, it's always like Benedict Cumberbatch somehow playing like a secretive role. Dude, I watched 1912 the other day.
Okay,
or 1917. 1917?
Okay.
Yeah, the World War I movie.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, what fucking year?
1917, fucker, alright? And that's what the movie is called, by the way.
I got you.
But yeah, I watched that. Benedict Cumberbatch, I mean, granted, it's a European movie, right? World War fucking I took place in Europe and shit, right? So, I mean, it was the British Army. But, like, the motherfucker had to sneak fucking British Benedict Cumberbatch in there. He was literally at the end for like 5 minutes. Like, how much money did they pay this dude to show up and just fucking spew some bullshit for like 10 minutes? And then that was it. Like, that's insane to me, dude. Like, but they had to put his ass in there. That dude is like in every fucking movie, man.
That's the crazy part about film.
Low key.
He shows up for 5 minutes in the film. Guarantee
and it's a brilliant fucking act of the year right there.
Guarantee it took him either the production team somewhere between half a day to 2 days to film it.
Yeah,
it's 15 takes of fucking art. Do it again and fucking.
I feel like Benedict is such a good art. He definitely is a good art actor. I don't hold that against him. I'm not out there like
he's tough.
Say he's not bad. He's good.
Yeah,
but like I feel like someone like him, they just film for like they're like one take. That's it.
Yeah, you think so?
Like, yeah, he could be. I mean, what does he do? He doesn't fucking ever say anything special. He's never like sitting there explaining the fucking. How the Enigma machine works, even though for a whole movie he does.
I like that. I like that fucking movie, by the way.
Yeah, that was a good movie. The Imitation Game?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, outside of that, it's like he's never sitting there explaining how fucking quantum physics work and shit. Like, even in fucking Avengers, like, he's on about some dumb shit, but he's not, like, sitting here explaining how fucking time works and shit. You know, he's not...
True. You ever see him in Sherlock?
No, that's the TV show, right?
Yup.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that, actually.
That should be your shit. My girl put me up on that shit. It's so fucking good, man.
That's what I hear. I hear it's really good.
That's
on Hulu, I think, right?
I think you can catch it on Amazon. I think I caught it on Netflix.
It might be on Amazon Prime, actually. Yeah,
it's on Amazon Prime, and I believe it's on Netflix.
Okay. Well, usually what's on Hulu is on Amazon Prime and backwards too. Like
right.
they actually have the same movies for some reason, which is weird because they shouldn't be related. I don't think they are, anyways. I
think what happens is the content holders, they'll sell them a general license. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Sometimes, you know, Seinfeld, I think, has this exclusive license where
they rent Netflix now.
I think they are, but they rent it. They give it to them for X amount of years or whatever,
right.
and then they sell it back.
Well, that's how that's what happened with Friends on because remember it used to be on Netflix for the longest fucking time, and then their license ran out and HBO picked them up.
All right.
Yeah. So now when HBO Max comes out, they're gonna have all the episodes of Friends on there.
Oh, HBO Max, that's like a general. They're like, hey, this is a little bit beyond HBO content.
Yeah, it's like their own streaming platform.
Which
Which is weird because they already have an exclusive service. It's like, how the fuck are you gonna release two of them, you greedy fucks?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, they have a lot more shows this time around, which is nice, but I mean, it's like, come on, dude. It just doesn't make sense.
You can actually sit there with HBO. They have all these hits that you can just go through.
Yeah.
You know
HBO is definitely solid, man. Like, if you were to ever subscribe to one thing, it would definitely have to be HBO.
You think so? I set up with HBO. I think it's only like an extra...
Bro, it's literally like $7.
I set up with them through Hulu, right? So you have Hulu, and then there's like an add-on.
Yeah.
I think it's $5 or $10, but something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did that. I was doing that for a while. But yeah, you know what? Now I'm fucking with like sites like PrimeWire, right?
Yeah.
And an episode of something drops, a half hour, hour or two later, it's up on Prime Wire.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, cool, I'll watch it there.
Is that like the...
That's like the Put Locker kind of deal.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how they did the liability isn't on you with these ghetto ass sites though. You know what I'm saying? Because they're hosting it and they're just streaming it. If you download an episode from somewhere, now you're a fucking you're under the jail. You know what I mean? But if you just stream it from some other site, and I think those companies they cut deals where they're like, sure, like, you know what I mean? Like they license it out and farm it out to another guy, farm it out to another guy, and it's just like cool. Throw me some kind of premium, like an ad. Like the ads on those sites are ridiculous.
Yeah.
You have to fight ads off to watch one episode of
and
fucking.
Then you click the wrong play button and shit. It's like fuck. Now I'm playing.
Yeah, you
fucking viruses on my computer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm playing virus. I'm watching Virus TV now.
But yeah. I mean, I don't mind paying for like streaming services. Like I've had Netflix for fucking years, dude, and we talked about that. Like Hulu, I mean HBO I have with my Comcast thing now, so like I cancel my subscription. There's no point in having two of them.
Yeah.
Amazon's just like a given, you know, because I feel like you kind of have to have Prime. Like
I just bought Prime the other day.
Yeah, it's not bad. I've had Prime, bro. Like I subscribe to it, and I swear to God, I feel like the day that I actually subscribe to it, outside of like getting my free, trial or whatever. Like once I physically subscribed to it because I was ordering something and they were like trying to hit me with like a $16 fucking shipment fee. I'm like, fuck that. Like, why don't I just subscribe to it? I swear to God, dude, I've just been buying shit off of Amazon steady as fuck. Yeah, I mean, especially during this pandemic, it's like
you want to get
you kind of have to.
I feel like the second I subscribe to anything, I feel like I want to get my money's worth. You know what I mean? So like, you want to be. It's like that old fucking. There's an old bit where it's like, I'd be watching Netflix 24/7. Yeah. In this economy, fuck no. I gotta be. Yeah. I'd be getting my movie per fucking month rate up.
Getting your actual fucking money's worth, dude. Speaking of movies and shows, you gotta. I don't know if you've heard about the show yet called Devs.
Devs, I've heard about it. Yep.
Bro, you gotta fucking watch it. Like I'm entranced by this fucking movie.
Give me the synopsis.
So, I don't actually know what the show's about. So here's the premise, and I don't want to give away too much. So basically, it's about this tech company, right? And also for like anybody listening, I don't want to spoil it either. Basically, so think like Westworld, right? Okay. It's a techie show, kind of like that.
I got you.
But it's like a weird murder mystery type of thing as well. But but it's strange because they play on a couple things in the first episode. Like it hooks you because something happens. Basically, the premise is it's this weird tech company, right? Like think Google or like Facebook or something, right? But they have some weird shit that they're working on.
Oh, okay, interesting.
They got don't know what it is.
They got a black door.
Correct. Yeah. And so what happens is in the first episode, basically this dude comes in, right, and then he gets promoted, and then they're like, hey, we want you to join this team. Dude goes in there, some weird creepy shit like happens, kind of. Dude like bugs out, and then they have to clap the man. Right? So they killed him. And then the dude's girlfriend, who's the main character of the show, is like trying to figure out why he died. And she goes into like this big ass rabbit hole of like what the company does, what the fuck is actually going on over there on that specific team. But she works for the same company, so she's just not in that specific department, I guess.
Okay. So she's investigating them and she's getting closer to them.
Yeah, so she's trying to figure... Well, she's already working for them, so like, that's the thing. So she's just trying to figure out why her boyfriend got killed. But there's also this weird shit going on in the background, kind of like nobody really knows about.
I'm actually gonna... Was it one season right now?
It's literally 8 episodes, bro.
I'm gonna grind through that.
You should. I'm 4 episodes in right now. And I'm like, the first episode hooks you, right? I feel like that's how it worked. Yeah. And the second episode was like, there was a couple holy shit moments. There was a lot of weird, like, unanswered stuff. The third episode, there was a bunch of unanswered stuff. It was like, it almost like builds more, right, going in. And I think, like, I was briefly, like, skimming through the descriptions of every episode. And there was, like, I think it starts picking up around, like, episode 4. Like, where shit, like, actually, like, goes deeper into what's actually going on and, you know, all that stuff. But it's, so... From what I've read, like the articles comparing it to Westworld, they were saying how have you ever watched Westworld at all? Or
I've seen Westworld.
Okay, like remember how season 1 was the best, right? Like season 1 was hands down.
Yeah, a little
season
intro.
2 was a little like it was all over the place, but it was still decent. It was watchable.
Yeah.
Season 3, from what I hear, I've watched 2 episodes so far. I have just been like, it's been off my radar.
Season 2 was very surreal. I remember just being just like. I remember thinking, like, where am I as I'm watching this shit? It's just so...
Well, that was the problem. It was because it wasn't, like, set up in one setting how season 1 was, because it was all in Westworld. Now they're like, we got fucking Japan world, idiot. Like, we got waifu world. Like, fuck,
they did that, didn't they? Yeah.
It was like half of it was in fucking Japan.
Yeah, you can't just tell one fucking story, right? You have to do this. You know what I mean? You have to expand. We're going to appeal to everybody, and it's like, dude, can you make it meaningful?
Well, it's based off of a book, so I mean, I think that's what the book was about. But like, I think the book was infinitely better from what I hear, obviously. But
yeah, but you know what HBO does, right? They find a book, it's dope, and then they're like, cool, man.
We'll hire these producers that
we're gonna get our
fuck they're doing.
Yeah, we're gonna get our writers on it. We're gonna fucking take the screws to it, and then it is entertaining. But you're also like, I'm a source material guy. Yeah. Give me the source material, frame by frame. Fuck yeah.
See, I agree with that, but I also don't like in respect to the original, script and content. I agree with that. But at the same time, it's like, do I really want to watch a predictable movie or like a predictable show? Like, if I know exactly where the plot is at, in the book, and I know what's gonna happen because I've read the book, like, why the fuck do I need to watch it? Like, it's cool to see it adapted and physically acted out and all, that's nice, but it's like, you're not gonna get anywhere. Like, the thing for me personally watching TV shows is like the mystery, right? It's like, you sit there and you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, I hate being able to predict a movie because they're just like throwing a bunch of like way too many hints at you, and then all of a sudden you figure out what the plot is.
I think it falls upon the production team and the cinematographers. I think the challenge for them is, let's stick to the script. Let's make as little changes as possible, but let's make the best thing.
Yeah.
So things like set design and like acting really comes into that, right? Because they're delivering these lines, but it's like, can you deliver it better than a person has read it in a book and they're in their own imagination, how they've kind of built it up. So I think it's just a big challenge. If you're just chop-shopping and just saying, yeah, fuck this thing and throw this out and put this in, cool, anybody can do that. Anybody can make a great movie. Make a great movie that sticks to that. And yeah, small changes in dialogue, I'm for. Like, I'm a big fan of Dune, the book.
So they're doing a remake, the movie for that?
I've heard about
it. I've been meaning to bring that up to you. I always fucking forget.
Yeah. Yeah, as a lifelong... I've actually read Dune when I was 13 the first time. I've read there's about 20 books. I've read all of them. Yeah. And yeah, so I may have heard about that once or twice.
But with like the whole setting though, and I mean, you take like Game of Thrones for example, right? I mean, everything was going fucking great, and then all of a sudden they're just like, oh, we're out of source material.
Yep.
And you could see this in like, because it was 8 seasons, right? And then you could see this like happening in season 7 where it just started falling off, like just something wasn't adding up. Like it was still a good season, but it just, you could tell that they were kind of just like, okay, like ever since fucking spoiler alert, Jon Snow dies, like, ever since that moment, which was I think at the end of season 6. Yeah, 6. Like that next season was just a little weird, and then it was good, but then it was just like, okay, what the fuck? And then the last season was just a clusterfuck of shit. Like it was just, I don't know, man. I'm still gonna stand by that. Like I think if they had 2 more episodes, they would have made it work. Like, even though they didn't know what the fuck they were doing, clearly, right? If they had 2 more episodes...
Could have fleshed out a lot of shit.
Those 2 extra hours, bro, they could have talked about so many fucking holes that they had. They could have just threw in a little scene here and there. Like, they could have just done that. But I still think that the whole White Walker saga, like, that should have had more justice. Like, I don't give a shit about Daenerys fucking going mad or whatever the hell. Like, I don't care about any of that, right? Because fuck that. That's not the main story. The main story since day fucking 1, since episode 1, since book 1, since the first fucking stupid sentence in fucking A Game of Thrones has been about the White Walkers, bro. And they just shit on them in 1 episode. In 1 episode, they fucking defeat them, bro. This whole entire fucking 600 episodes, they're building up a fucking thing of, these White Walkers are coming and we gotta fight them and they're gonna fucking kill us all. And then they just smack the shit out of them in 1 episode, bro.
I kind of like how they did it, though.
No, fuck that. That was stupid.
What's a bit? That's my girl, man. She fucking...
No, that's fine, right? I'm fine with Arya killing the fucking Night King. Yeah. I'm okay with that. But I'm not okay with the fact that fight literally took 1 night. And that was it.
Yeah.
It was rushed. Like, it was so fucking rushed, man.
Well, throughout the series, they have fights and skirmishes, and they always get the shitty end of the stick for the most part, right? So then they're like, all right, man, this is the last stand. we're gonna win here or die. We're not. No one's gonna retreat. There's nothing to do. We're just fucking scrapping it out right here. We have the best chance of winning. I feel like that's why they did it one night.
I think they should have gotten more. Like, I don't know. They just, like I'm telling you, dude, again, this whole entire time, up until that episode, they're like, the White Walkers, the White Walkers, the White Walkers.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit. It's building on the suspense. Like, oh man, like, could these dudes really show up and wipe out the whole entire fucking planet, right? Or whatever it is, the continent, and then do whatever else after that. Yeah. But it's like, you get to that point, and that's it. You just smack them up, like... That's all it took, was just a little fucking girl who trained for fuck knows how long to fucking stab a dude, and then that was it.
Yeah, like, true. You know what? I think you're absolutely right. That is the drawback of the tiny season 8.
But like Daenerys going crazy, I don't give a shit about that. Whatever.
That's what I wanted to see though. I wanted to see Mad Daenerys' rule, at least for an episode or two. I wanted to see the aftermath of now I'm the fucking king of the world. Yeah. Let's see that play out, and let's see her fuck everything up, and let's watch that a little bit, and then let's see like an assassination plot or something like that. You know what I mean? They cut it. Everything got cut so short, and it's because Martin or whatever,
GG Martin,
my man Gurm,
no,
right?
Bro, it's GG fucking
GG Martin. That's funny. Yeah, so GG. He's got 2 whole books, like these big fucking tomes of like.
This motherfucker's still writing this stupid next book, dude.
I think he's done the vast majority of both of them, but he claims it's going to come out soon rather than later.
Yeah.
But the thing is, season 8 is just a teaser for the book, because there's all this stuff that's going to go down. You know what I mean? It's like when an anime finishes before the manga finishes. Yeah. It's always this little chop together. You know, we'll go back to Fullmetal Alchemist.
Yeah, true.
Same deal. They had this big...
I mean, first of all, hold on. Let me stop you there, because I still think the regular FMA is better than Brotherhood.
Yeah,
Brotherhood is just... I don't know.
I knew you'd say that.
Yeah, I always say that.
Yeah, Brotherhood fucked up. I watched it twice recently, like the fifth the 5th season. The problem, God, man, they just fuck everything up.
I can't watch it.
They stretched like a half season kind of thing into a whole season, like the final series of battles or whatever. The animation is piss poor in certain areas. You know what I mean? Like, it's very almost like, oh god, they did it. They fucked that up again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I liked it.
I just think the original did much better on the mystery of everything. I don't know. Like, it kept things under wrap a little bit better, and it wasn't like out there in your face, like, these fucking dudes are fucking doing fuck knows what, like sacrificing humans to fucking prolong their lives. Like, who the fuck cares, dude?
That's true. Yeah, the first one was a little more tidy, right? It was about 2 people that wanted to keep prolonging their lives. It wasn't this entire big government conspiracy and shit. Yeah, maybe I'm with you. I didn't know about manga when Fullmetal Alchemist came out. I just thought the show was it. And I discovered manga when I got to the end of Bleach, and then I was Googling and I figured out, oh, there's a whole comic book behind this.
Reading it,
yeah. Then as soon as I found that out, I liked Bleach so much, I was like, oh, sure, I'll just keep up. I picked up where I left off in the anime. I got to that. Then I was like, cool, I'll read every week. I have a certain respect for the original content creator. I feel like they came out with the thing, and then, like you said, a bunch of producers get involved, all these Hollywood types, oh, we want to do this. There's a big thing now with Dune, right? There's like a white guy. He's like a side character, and they changed him into a black chick. And there's 2 camps of thought now where it's like, well, this is Dune 2020, so yeah, she's kind of the soul of the earth. It makes a lot of sense that character's a black chick. And then there's other people who were saying, well, what the fuck, man? I'm not going to see this movie. Like, there's a big fringe. There's people in the middle saying, like, I guess a fuck.
Right, it's not like a sexist or racist thing. It's just for the side of that character, right? Like, that's...
I think everyone likes to make it out to be that now.
No, I mean, like, I'm totally fine with people changing the character around for that politically correct reason, right? That's fine. Like, nobody should care. But, I mean, if you're going to do that, you're going to completely change the entire state of that character, right? Because it's like...
Yeah.
I mean, in your case, right, like, it was a dude. I'm sure a dude had fucking special things that he was doing, and it's like, now it's a chick. It's like, what the fuck? Now we can't make that happen.
Yeah. I mean, the gender of this specific character it doesn't really matter. And the character is
shit like that. Then yeah, it shouldn't matter.
It's the character sort of gains something, but other people make they make the argument. Well, and here's the thing: it's just a sign of the times. Like Dune was published back in 65. Back then, it made total sense that pretty much everybody was a white dude, and then like that. What they're saying is that the female characters kind of rise up above this patriarchal kind of thing, and so they're saying that by making the one character black, like a black chick, they're saying, well, now the other female characters aren't going to have that arc. They're just going, you know what I mean? Because
that doesn't make sense.
We already live in a society that's accepted this one black chick as kind of like their leader and messiah. So they're like, well, okay, this isn't a male-dominated place anymore. And it's really the difference between 1960 to 2020. You know what I mean?
But I mean, movies and shows shouldn't really try and... Like, if you're going to adapt source material from fucking, like, the 30s or some shit like that, like, you shouldn't try and make it politically correct in today's day and age. Like, that's not what the show is about. That's not what the original content was created for. Like, it was... Yeah. It's literally just a fucking story. Like, it's fantasy. It's not... You know, it might be inspired by real-life events at the time. Like take Lord of the Rings, for example. Like, it was inspired by fucking dude's time in World War I, right? Mm-hmm. Like... You can't take Lord of the Rings today and be like, well, what if we gave them guns?
Yeah.
What if we gave them assault rifles? Like, what if they're running to Mordor and fucking Frodo is just blah, 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 fuck those like whites?
They were on the moon, you know? Half of them, yeah.
Yeah, like, what if they had to build a spaceship instead and travel to the moon? Like, you can't just make that happen. It's like, and then he throws the ring into the crater and it just slowly falls down because there's less gravity.
Yeah.
The fuck? Like, come on, this is not Lord of the Rings. Like,
yeah. There is something to be said for the time and the place, you know what I mean? But I think what the people who own the Dune IP, I think they're trying to make it nowadays like more accessible to more people, right? Because you have Frank Herbert's original 6 books, everyone loves them, you know.
Well, Dune was already a movie, right? Like back in the 90s or some shit, or the 80s.
84, David Lynch made a Dune.
Because I remember, like when I was a kid, I remember watching it. Like I remember watching it, but I don't remember it.
The real old busted one, right?
Yes, the one with the fucking worm and shit.
Yeah.
I remember that.
They made that.
But like I said, I don't remember the plot or anything. I know I watched it. I just haven't, you know.
I thought it was horrible. Yeah. The Sci-Fi Channel made a miniseries in 2000 called Dune. They made a sequel that covers the second and third books as well. Yeah.
Thanks for your microwave water and some
no problem, bro.
Some leaves.
If you need more tea, I can microwave more water.
I don't have any more tea.
Within my capability.
If you didn't know, you need about 5 minutes on the microwave timer.
Yeah, about 6.5. So I'm satisfied. Yeah, I did 5, and I was like, I have tea too. But yeah, so it's just it all falls back to like Mark Twain, right? Like Huckleberry Finn. You know the character I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That character, what they were doing was like they were telling you. They were describing the time and place, right? And they were saying, here's kind of how shit was. You can't take this new IP, this old IP, I'm talking about intellectual property for anyone wondering. And you can't just be like, oh, cool, man, it's futuristic, it's new Huckleberry Finn. You know what I mean? It's gonna adapt to our modern sensibilities.
Right.
It's interesting. You can do that, but it is interesting to look at it's a period. Dune right now to me is a period piece. It's, you know what I mean? Even though it takes place 15,000 years in the future from our time, it's a glimpse at what people were thinking of back then. Mm. And it's just...
Isn't it like a weird, like, desert setting, though, for the most part? Like, weird, like, kind of... Is it post-apocalyptic, or is it...
It is post-apocalyptic in many ways. Okay. So we have Earth, right? Eventually machines take over. We conquer the machines, and then from that point, it's 10,000 years in the future. It's a society that's gone without machines, and it's pushed humans to their limit. Like, there's these guys called mentats, and they're like human computers. And it's just that there's a religious credo that they won't make machines in the likeness of a human mind, because when they did that before, you had kind of a Matrix situation.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of what Dune's at. I'm telling you, it's a great book series. I mean, if anyone ever asked me...
I'll watch the movie, but I'm not going to go back and read all the fucking books, man.
If you ever do decide to read
them, if
you ever do decide to read the books and you want to do it on audio, I have a file. It's me reading Dune on my own. You know about the...
I don't need... I listen to you enough as it is.
You know about the 20 hours...
Literally, at least 2 hours a fucking week is enough for me.
That's true. 20 hours of the Don reading Dune.
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
but I'm glad you're advertising yourself. Get your
I'm gonna get my content, my whole back catalog out there.
Oh man, dude, I can't though. I don't know. I can't read books, man. I tried. Like my brain doesn't sit still enough.
I love books. I love books when I was a kid, dude. In my teens, early 20s. I mean, there was a summer I remember. For 1 month, I read one book a day, like a 300-page kind of deal. I went through the whole Magic the Gathering series. I read that, read all the Dunes. I read a bunch of Icewind Dale shit. That's a lot of Lord of the Ring. It's like a lot of D&D based bullshit, Forgotten Realms. You know what I mean? Yeah. I read all this shit, and I got into like classics and fucking biographies. At some point, I got a Kindle. I lost it, forgot about it. Started reading shit on my phone, and then now I'm down to like articles.
Yeah. I see audiobooks aren't bad though. I purchased a couple of the Witcher series books.
Oh yeah?
I've been listening to that, yeah.
Nice.
It's not bad.
That's what I do too. I do fuck with audiobooks. Yeah. If I really want to read something but I can't bring myself to it.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, like, I just listen to that stuff in the car. I mean, back when I used to drive all the time. Before these dark times.
Before the end times that we now fucking live in.
Dude, I saw a fucking dude walking. I was driving to your place today, right?
Okay.
Literally an hour ago. And I'm not even fucking joking, dude. I seen some motherfucker wear an Assassin's Creed fucking hoodie. Like, you know, one of those longer ones, like the replicas of fucking, like, it was, what's his face's, Connor's, because it was the white and blue.
Okay.
The one from 3, Assassin's Creed 3. Yeah, bro. Like, of all the people, first of all, you chose that one. I mean, granted, you know what? I'll give the credit. I'll give the credit because, no, I think he has the best assassin outfit. He definitely has the coolest looking. By far.
Okay.
Because it looks good. It really does. It's not like armored up. It's literally just clothed up and like it's half almost like Native Americanized because, you know, that's what he was.
Yeah.
But it's like, it looks cool. It's like colonial times almost. Like, because he's got like that overcoat, you know.
He does
have
that,
the buttons and
he does look like Hamilton's boy, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, this dude literally just had like one of those plastic shit Johns, you know. It didn't have like, I don't know, man. I feel like if you're gonna go out and buy a fucking Assassin's Creed coat, like get a nice one, you know, not like one of those shitty Hot Topic ones.
Yeah, what was he doing?
He's just walking down the street, bro.
I'm
telling you, like it's this like post-apocalyptic fucking wear your best outfit times.
Did he have menacing bars over him and shit?
Yeah, wrong show, dude. Wrong show.
No, I'm just saying, like, did he look mean or?
No, he was Jewish, so he had the fucking yarmulke, dude, which made it even weirder. Like,
I thought you were being sarcastic.
I'm not even kidding.
Man, he had a yarmulke kind of peeking out of the hood.
No, he had a fucking yarmulke, and then he had the hood back. He had the hood off. He wasn't wearing a face mask, which I mean, you know, like what the fuck, dude. And then and then he had the thing on, and then he had the little tassels fucking flowing off, you know, because he's religious and whatnot.
I got you.
And yeah, he just normal fucking sneakers, normal jeans. Like my man was like half cosplaying, dude.
He was assassin / Orthodox Jew.
He was he
was a Sicario. That's literally the Jewish word for assassin. That's so wild. I always imagine if I was gonna go, look, let's just talk about post-apocalyptic shit, right? I imagine I hang out with I gather all my crew together, right? We all have a compound, start farming.
But we gotta have fucking banging outfits, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we gotta JoJo it up.
We gotta be like, we run into other everywhere. We run into other apocalypse, and we're just like, we got stand poses and shit.
Like tilt your leg out till you can barely stand on it, like throwing a weird gang sign, like. Your one finger is like inside out somehow, just doing a fucking okay symbol, but not really.
Yeah, I always imagine I'd hang out with my people for like 1 or 2 harvests because we'd be farming, you know. Yeah. And then after some time,
after that point, you got to start invading.
At some point, yeah, I feel like I would just travel. I would be a lone gunman, the Don, lone wolf, right? I'd go get a trench coat. I'd throw it on, right? I'd get like a katana. I keep a gun, even though that's not my thing, right? And
what I would do is I would try to pull the Dante from Devil May Cry thing off, right? Where you got 2 handguns, and then you got the fucking sword.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's kind of dope. I like that shit. I imagine I would wear it like this. Like I take my arm out of the one sleeve and kind of let it hang, like Arn from Final Fantasy X.
Get the fuck out.
Dude, in high school, I did that shit. I had it.
Why would you do that?
No, because it's so cool. Because you can slough off the one side of it and just start battling when you gotta.
Okay, but now you're fucking half exposed to whatever.
Nah, but you movement of freedom, and then this side is my guard side. This is all the. I got a bangle on, you know what I mean?
Nah, bro, that's not how it works.
No, but hear me out. But it looks cool. It looks dope. I look kind of good, you know what I mean? And I honestly would just walk west. I would just travel. I would meet people. I'd talk. If there were cool people, I'd be like, yo, go back to the compound, man. Fucking join Don Crew.
I think the best thing in like from our area would be Northwest. Because you got to go through like Ohio into like those fucking, you know, like almost towards like Wisconsin, towards Canada, right? I feel like that's the route you got to take. Because there's less people, right? There's who the fuck lives in Ohio? First of all, if you're listening from Ohio, I'm sorry, that one person. But I mean, really, like there's barely anybody living in Ohio. It's all like farmland. I mean, it's all spaced out as shit. You know, like you're not gonna run into people.
I feel like I'm walking until I got to Seattle. I shoot south until I got to LA. Maybe I'll go like Tijuana.
I would avoid like LA, dude. Honestly, I would avoid that whole entire area. Though, I think I would. It's super populated.
I think I would go to New York and see what's popping there first, and then
fucking way, dude. New York. I mean, and we have recorded this. So it was the first fucking city to fall, technically, in this thing.
In the end time.
I mean, really, come on.
What if this is an anachronism and we're actually talking about shit that's gonna happen,
dude?
No, but I want to see it. Yo, let me tell you, the Don lives for danger. You know what I mean? I go up. I got my sword. I'm diplomatic. You know what I mean? And I'm
a dude over here with an assault rifle. I was like, "What are you trying to do here, bro?"
No, but I keep that like that Joseph Joestar kind of like, "Hey guys, we're all cool, right?" Even though I'm sweating in the background. And I would want to travel the earth. So check me out: New York, Seattle, shoot down to LA, then I walk through Texas. I get to Florida, boom, come up north.
Get fucking hit by a rattlesnake.
Yeah, like Mike Posner or some shit. Yeah. But I would be, you know what I mean? That's who I am. Like in the Torah, they have like the different sons of Abraham or whatever. I'm like Elijah. I'm the guy I would travel and seek the Messiah.
I mean, I would travel too. I feel like that's the best. You can't really settle unless you, I think, settle in like an isolated area. You know, somewhere that's, I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's like countries need ambassadors. You know what I mean? Right? Like if you're like the U.S. has ambassadors for every country out there. You need people out there checking shit out, gathering information, talking to other people's. Hey, listen, we're cool. You're cool, right? We're gonna set up a new democracy, right? We're gonna go blow each other. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel like I'd be doing. Like all right, like that. You know, our one boy, he can't wait for the war to happen. But I think it'd be cool because I'd be like, cool. Now we can restart civilization, right? We just start from scratch. I think it's cool the way it is. But some people don't, and I'm like, all right,
I'm definitely all for it, man.
Yeah.
I would be rocking, and this is like heavily, and it is very. No, you probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna rock a cape. You know,
I'm a big fan of a cape.
Yeah, I would fuck around with a cape. I already have one. You know, it's like a hood cape thing. Put it at the Renaissance Fair, man. It's dope as shit.
Do you look like Thomas Middleditch from Silicon Valley with the Pied Piper suit on?
No idea, dude.
I'll show you a picture while we go. But yeah, tell me.
But yeah, I'd rock like I would have everything because this is the disadvantage of having a cape, right? Somebody could just grab it. That's really like that's it, right?
Yeah.
But outside of that, I look fucking badass. So I would have a bandana on, right?
Okay.
Like covering half my face, and then I would have the fucking cloak, which also comes with a hood. So now I have a hood. I have the fucking cape, and it's warm as shit, like, which is nice because it's made out of like wool and shit, like whatever.
Yeah.
So it's super warm. Like I could literally just rock a hoodie underneath it and have that, and I'll be all right in like, I don't know, maybe like 40, 35 degree weather. Like that's probably the lowest it'll get.
I like the aesthetic.
It's not bad. It's good.
Yeah.
Right. So, but that's the thing, right? So that's that's my advantage of it is because I could just throw it off if I needed to, and I'm already light, right? I'll probably rock a hoodie. Like I'll probably wear like skinnier jeans, like what I'm wearing right now, probably.
I got you.
And then I'm good. Like I'm agile, you know.
Skinny jeans and the cape.
Yeah. But I'm agile, you know.
Yeah.
So like if I lose the cape, I'm still good. I could throw it off like a fucking like a villain or some shit. Like yo, let's fight, motherfucker. You know.
I like the idea of clipping the cape that has two buttons that attach to your front. You clip one off, you clip the other, and you throw it in front of your nemesis.
You're supposed to clip the one so you could just.
Yeah. You want to throw it.
You want to do it in one motion. I feel like.
Here's what you want to do, right? You want to throw it ahead of you, so like your
and then
your opponent
bust out your sword.
You bust out your sword and then you thrust right through it. I've actually done that. Yeah, it works because
I would rock
people
a sword
are blinded.
too.
Yeah,
I would rock 100%. You need a melee weapon, and that's what it would be. It would be a sword.
Yeah.
I have a sick replica of the Longclaw from Game of Thrones, so I'm gonna that would be my weapon of choice.
I got it.
Big as shit. Sharp as shit.
I would get like I would get like just a basic katana, but like a real one, not one of these factory fucking ones, like an actual. It's been folded 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I'd fuck with that and like a one-shot Dillinger.
With like a 2-body blade.
What do you mean?
You know how they have like the...
Oh, yeah, those fucking... Katanas. I forget what they call, but yeah, those big one that.
Well, no, I'm saying like, so I think that's the way that they measure katana's strength is like how many bodies it can chop, because when they like do the test,
a 2-body,
yeah. Like, I feel like that's a safer bet. It's sharp as fuck at that point, I feel like so you could just chop through a motherfucker right in half, dude.
I feel like when I did practice swordsmanship back in the day, I feel like I could go through a whole man.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's a heavy fucking swing, though.
No, but like, crazy.
With such a light weapon, dude, that's insane.
For 4 years, I practiced with wooden swords out of real sword. I would go I would chop trees out back. I had a little forest out back of my grandpa's crib. And I was like, this is how delusional I am. Because I was like, I could go through a whole man with one fucking, like, from sheath to fucking one. I was like, I bet I could cut a man at the waist in half. Yeah.
Probably not.
Right, yeah. One would hope. But yeah. Katana, one-shot Dillinger. Because I don't like guns, but you kind of need them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got one shot if I need it.
Why? Why don't you just have like a Glock or something? Dude?
Because here's the thing, I go so far. It's either that or give me a fucking P90. And I'm just like,
that's what I'm saying. Take a P90.
Light the whole fucking block up.
Why do you limit yourself with one shot, bro? Like,
I don't think it's gentlemanly.
I mean, you better learn how to fucking deflect bullets with that katana first. If you're gonna do all that. Because, dude, again, we're in 2020 right now. Like,
dudes,
motherfuckers out here stockpiling assault rifles.
Dudes shoot dudes. You're right. But here's the thing: for the assault rifle, for that crowd, I travel. I'm a lone wanderer throughout the nation. I'm alone. Why shoot me? I'm just passing through. I'm just a gentleman. Boom. Wait.
Yeah, but there's crazy motherfuckers out there, man.
That's true.
I think you just jump you and try to take your shit like for no reason. I think that's a nice fucking trench coat, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I think
I mainly lean on my charm in real life, and
somebody like if like 6 hooligans jumped you in the middle of fucking Seattle, and you're like, no, I'm charming.
I'm charming.
Don't assault me. Don't take my trench coat.
6 hooligans show up. I'm like, here's the thing: they don't know I'm a motherfucker without a gun, right?
So but you got one shot and there's 6 fucking hooligans.
But look, now I got a cape because I talked to you about it.
They got pack tactics, bro. They'll fuck you up.
Yeah, pack tactics. But look, I got a cape and I'm just like, gentlemen, I have nothing you want. Let's not
give me that trench coat. Dog.
No, but I just tell them, listen,
man,
don't lose your life over a pair of boots.
All right, and then there's 6 of them.
Yeah,
but they all look at each other and crack their fucking knuckles like.
Yeah, true. You know what? Hey, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it.
Yeah, here's the trench coat, bro. Goodbye.
Yeah.
So now you're trench coatless.
You're right. I might if the apocalypse
want more than one bullet. Bro.
If the apocalypse does happen and shit happens out there, I might need to just start shooting the second they come at me.
That's what I'm saying. If you see 6 dudes roll out the woodwork, you may as well pull out your gun.
Just a machine, just a machine pistol. Yeah.
That's Neo shit.
Yeah, you've convinced me. The sword.
If you're gonna carry the one bullet, it just better be for yourself to fucking.
Better be for yourself. Yeah. Just tiny enough to open my own mouth. No, but you know what? I like the sword though because guess what? Now they see that and they're like, "Oh, he doesn't have a gun; he has a sword on him." Bam! Fucking machine pistol come out my ass.
Yeah, see that's.
Yeah, you convinced me. You're right. Yeah,
you're welcome.
Yeah, I wish I had a gun right now.
I've been thinking about getting a gun, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
just for the. I don't know.
Ever since I moved out,
I wouldn't go crazy and buy like fucking assault rifles and shit.
Give me one for as long as I got one in
each handgun.
As long as I got one in each hand, I'm fine. I don't need a third gun. Give me clips. You know what I mean? I can. Every time, this is just because I moved to the suburbs a couple years ago. every time I hear something outside the door, something creepy, I'm used to row homes. I know where that sound came from. It's my fucking neighbor. It's a street. It's a car.
Yeah, out here you're like, is that a deer or is that a fucking chupacabra? Like, the fuck?
Yeah, out here it's 3, 4 in the morning, and you just hear anything. I hear like the fucking like a bang at the shed. You know what I mean? You like boom. And I'm like, I'm gonna steal it. And I'm like, I swear to God, better be a fucking squirrel or a cat or some shit. You know, it's just. Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
It's dark as shit out here at night too. So
yeah, it's dark.
You could like look out your window and see absolutely the fuck nothing.
And here's the thing: I never see my neighbors at night, especially. They're just not around. Yeah. There's no hide nor hair of them. They don't make a peep. I'm the guy in here singing Les Mis at fucking 2 in the morning and acting up and yelling and shit. I'm the fucking loudmouth on the block. They're quiet. It's fucking eerie. But, I'm okay with it now, but like for the first year, I was freaking out.
It's kind of weird though, because that's how my block is, dude. I feel like there's like some neighbors that I have, I think, down the road from me, like at the end of the block, but it's like the opposite end, and like I think they're fairly loud. Like they're always out and shit, but that's it. Like, nobody else is out, which is weird as shit, right, in Philly. But that's how it is. It's just like at least I have street lamps though.
Yeah, that's nice.
I got fucking lights. Like out here, you ain't got shit. Dude.
Yeah, I bet I got a street light at the corner.
All noir and shit looking out here, like barely creeps over to this end of the fucking block.
Yeah, it really is weird, man. It fucking.
What'd you buy with your stimulus check?
I didn't get it yet.
Oh, you didn't get it?
Yeah, I'm waiting on it. I heard they fucked up. What'd you buy? Did you buy? buy Apple?
Talk about it. I did. I actually. I bought a lot of shit with it. As a matter of fact, it's weird. I ordered a grill because I haven't had a grill and I've just been meaning to buy a grill.
I got you.
So that was a nice come up. It's getting shipped tomorrow.
Nice.
Should have a grill tomorrow. And then I bought a new desk.
Check you out.
Yeah, because I'm like. My desk is tiny as fuck right now for my PC and shit, so
I
can't. Yeah.
A big desk is good.
Yeah. So I bought like one of those L-shaped desks.
I love me an L-shaped desk.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm with that shit. It's got quadrants to it, right? Because you're here.
Yeah.
The monitor, you're on the left on the extension. Boom, the monitor's to the right of that.
Yeah. I'll show it to you. It's pretty nice.
Stack of paperwork there. Boom. You got 4 quadrants on a fucking L desk. It's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and then I bought another monitor too to.
Yep.
Because like my. Well, so I have 2 monitors right now, but the other one is from my work, and it's dog shit.
I got you.
So I just said, fuck it, may as well buy another one. Yeah, this is the desk right here, dude. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I get my stimulus check, I'm gonna save the vow. I'm probably pay off a little bit of that.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna do, but I figured I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not really spending money on anything anyway.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, I'm actually just going to stash the rest. I'm going to sit on it, probably pour some of it into the pod, you know what I mean? Like some of the shit like we've been talking about. I'll probably do that. Besides that, you know, it's funny because like I'm an old-ass man now. If you asked me 10 years ago what I would do with $1,200, I'm like, dude, we're going to the fucking bar.
Oh, yeah, and the other thing is it's got one.
It's got one of those.
That's why I settled on this one. Dude, it took me so long to figure out which one I was going to get to, which is... I'm telling you, dude, I looked at like 50 billion fucking different desks. I went like scoured the internet for like the top fucking desks and shit out there, and they're like, you know, budget ones. Like I didn't spend like $1,000 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
But it's like,
when I picked out my desk, the first one that was like $20 or $30 on Facebook on the marketplace, I was like, sold. I already got it. Yeah. I think that's what I did with that fucking desk. Nah, I put it together. It was $50, I think, and it was from like Staples. They shipped the bitch to me and brought it upstairs. I put it together half-ass.
Yeah.
We're good. Nah, that was a different desk. I'm talking on my ass.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah, I had so many desks.
I think I had like 3 desks in my entire life, dude.
You remember when I lived at Oxford Street around Temple?
Nah.
I used to live around North Philly. That's when we first started hanging, right? When we was at Jimmy's crib and shit. Yeah, I would come in from Northeast Philly. So I moved into this apartment, and it was just like bathroom, kitchen, living room, bedroom.
Like just like a studio?
Yeah, damn near, yeah. But they had little walls and shit, you know what I mean? So, I was so, like, low maintenance, lightweight, low rent, you know what I mean? I was a bum, right? So, I ordered, like, a $40 inflatable mattress, put that bitch on the bed, right? I ordered a desk. I swear to God, dude, it was, like, one desk. It was It was just here, and it had like, just imagine this, like, you know what I mean, a decent little amount of space, just enough for a monitor, and it had the little tiny wings out here. Just a little bit of, a little bit extra space for like a mouse or some shit. The tiniest thing, I had my fucking mattress. That's the only thing I owned in that house.
Yeah.
I bought a set of plates.
Did I show you my setup, dude? Because right now, like you'll see exact. I'm gonna see if I can find.
Let me peep that shit.
Because this is literally the exact reason why I bought a fucking new desk, dude. Because it's bad, bro. Like I'm in a tiny ass fucking space.
Yeah, I think I've seen it. Yeah.
Well, it's not so much as that. Like I'm literally, it's that whole entire room. But the thing is, like I have, like my desk is just tiny as fuck. Like look at this shit, dude.
Oh, you're one of those fucking
Yeah,
deals.
dude, that's what I'm saying. It's
Dude,
small as fuck.
Send that to me so I can put it up on Reddit. The whole, like, there's a page. It's like gaming setups with threatening auras.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not incriminating
That
myself
thing,
with
I'll put my
this. Dude, the fucking PC is as big as the desk, basically. Look at that shit.
That's funny.
That's my work from home setup, by the way. That's like my fucking phone and shit.
Oh, God.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
But see, so I have that monitor, and then I have that one from work, which is dog shit.
I got you.
Like, I'm trying to throw that bitch out. And
I'm dealing with a similar situation upstairs because my one monitor is just a fucking television. Like, it's a cheap TV. So it's just like, boom, and then the tiny monitor. And yeah, I'm dealing with real estate issues myself.
Yeah. I'm good, bro. Like, once I get that desk set up, I can start. Like, honestly, what I might do is use that little desk. I might take it off the wheels and take the top off, and then I'll probably use the bottom level for, like, my console. Like, I'll probably put a fucking Xbox in there. Because I have another Xbox just sitting around. And it's my girlfriend's, so I'll probably use that. Because the one I have in the living room is better.
I got you.
I might just need a different TV, and that's about it.
Yeah. That's, same to me. I got my console up there. I sit in one place and around the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's definitely what I'm going to do. Like I said, from the beginning, that was supposed to be, like, my gaming room. Yeah. That's just been neglecting it. It's got, like, a bunch of dumb shit in there. Like, there's a fucking piano in there now.
Really? You have a piano? Like a keyboard or a piano?
A piano. Like a keyboard.
Okay, I got you. That's dope.
Piano, keyboard.
Yeah. Well, a piano suggests, like, a big...
Yeah. Like
you need 4 men to carry it out. And you need,
when you walk into my house, you just hear nothing but classical music. You know, one of those.
I wish I could play the piano. Like, I wish I had the fucking, those skills, you know? Yeah. Like, I love... Dude, how many bitches can you get off the piano? You know what I mean?
I don't know, dude.
You're at... I don't know. Well, let's find out. No, look. You're in public. You're at a bar or out in one of those weird casinos. There's a big piano there, right? And you know all these smooth, sad tunes. And maybe you can, like, break out in one little tear while you're playing. And they're like, man, he's fucking deep. Like, I play a good love song, you know what I mean?
Just yanni it up.
Yo, just, you know, wherever you go, whatever you do. That shit. Play that on the piano. You hear the sit, dude. Chicks' panties will hit the floor and sound like fucking they dropped a cinder block. It'll be so fucking loud.
There's no such thing, though. That's fucking... It's just bars with pianos anymore, dude.
There's a casino in Borgata. I think you walk into a certain entrance, they just have a piano. It says don't touch.
Yeah, but it's not...
The Don touches. Okay. All right, I see a piano.
The Don gets thrown out.
No. The Don, listen, I live a charmed life. I have a great aura. Okay? I walk right to the piano. I
think, yeah, if you got on it and just started playing some fucking beautiful-ass music, then maybe they'll let you do it.
The security guards start to applaud. They don't interfere. They're just like, he's the shit.
They got their hands on their chest. Like,
yeah. The girls are like, oh, I want him. The dudes are like, I want to be like him. You know what I mean? That's basically a day of my life.
In your imaginary life.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Then I wake up and I'm like, oh shit.
It's like, motherfucker, I'm back in this fucking bed again.
This is where I was at my buddy's house the other day. I was walking through the hall, having a glimpse into he's got an office there. He's got one of those deals where it's just one desk out in the middle. He's got like shelves, like bookshelves. One desk out in the middle of nowhere, and it's like clean, just a monitor, and that's it. You know what I mean? I was like, dude, like, this is a grown up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of what I'm like planning on doing with my room, but like I said, I'm just gonna have side shit like in there.
It was placed. You know how yours just is facing the wall?
Yeah.
Like a nerd. His shit was like
in front of a window.
Nah, it was like you walk in, and it's diagonal. You know what I mean? It's like over there. It's like walking into a job interview. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's like facing you?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Again,
dude, that's weird.
again, it's some Dune shit. It's like, because you don't want to sit with your back facing to the door.
Yeah, that's weird. Dude.
Yeah. No, I saw it and I was like, that's kind of fucking dope, to be honest with you. You know what I mean?
It's kind of weird, actually.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, come in, sit down. You know, I just got done reading your resume. It's, you know.
That's honestly weird. You know what? That might actually be a good idea, because like if you saw that room, like to the picture that I showed you to the left, of that is my window. Okay. I might actually do that, because if it's an L, it will give me like a box almost. So I have like boom boom, and then there's only one way in, one way out, which I think would be cool. But then I have the only problem is the window would be behind me. I don't like facing away from the window. I don't know. Is that right? Something about that.
I like it. You know what? Because your body is blocking the sun. Yeah. So it gives you it gives you a menacing aura in the face.
I think it's actually it's like a weird Russian, almost like folktale thing where like if you're sleeping or like if you're setting up your bedroom, like you should always face the window. Like you can't. Like they say it's like bad luck or some dumb shit. Like you could look this up. Right? It's like weird like, little fairy folk tales. But it's usually like my whole life, all my rooms have been set up like that. They've been always, the bed has either been along with the window or facing the window. Like I've never had it set up to where it was me laying down, bed, window behind me.
It's like Russian feng shui.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I think it's just I'm telling you, it's like one of those weird like folk tales where it's like, oh, if you fucking do that, a demon's gonna fucking grab your ass and pull you the fuck out the window. Like it's some weird shit. Like it genuinely is like a weird Slavic fucking tale.
Yeah. I know the Chinese, the way they feel about feng shui is that there should be no mirrors in your bedroom, right? Yeah. So like
I never want mirrors in my bedroom, bro. That's creepy as shit.
Yeah. So here's the fucked up.
I saw that movie Mirrors. Did you ever see that movie? That's
Mirrors.
a buggy ass movie. Came out a while ago. It was like a horror movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The creepy.
Just carry on.
The creepy part is, I think when you're sleeping, if you're facing a window, you have a chance of kind of waking up and kind of seeing yourself and kind of, like while you're still asleep. And I think it might infect your dreams on some level.
In a mirror?
Yeah, no, like in a window. Because the window can reflect.
That could be it too, yeah.
I think that's why. Do you ever notice when you sleep during the day, you have fucked up nightmares?
I very rarely sleep during the day, dude. I can't take naps anymore.
Oh, you're like a civilized person.
Honestly, yeah, bro. Like, I've been like, dude, it's so fucking weird. The last like 2 weeks, I've just been waking up at like 4 or 5.
Interesting.
Taking a piss.
Yeah.
Going back to bed for another hour or something. The other fucking night, dude, it was weird as shit. I had my phone, right, and I was I had my phone on my bed.
Yeah.
And I went to go lay down, and I was like, no, I'll just check my phone, set my alarms and shit in like about an hour. This is on Thursday night. And my phone, I guess, just died in the middle of the night. It was still on my bed. I fell asleep, and then in the middle of the night, dude, I hear a fucking loud-ass bang. Like, it was the loudest bang I've ever heard in my life. It was weird. And I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, I woke up, my girlfriend woke up, I was like, what the fuck? Right? And it's like 4:30 in the morning.
I think I know what it is.
I'm like, shit, what was that? And then my phone, I was like, oh, it's gotta be my phone, because I remember falling asleep next to it. It fell down into my fucking bed, and the way my bed is set up is it's like a box, right? And then the mattress goes on top, and then it has drawers coming out the sides of it. So there's two sets of drawers on each side.
I've seen it,
It fell in the drawer, and when it hit the bottom of the drawer, because it's hollow and empty, like that specific drawer was empty. It was just like, bang! Like just loud as fuck, dude. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I know what it was.
So I woke up and I look at the time. My phone was completely dead, which is weird because had that not woken me up, I probably would not wake up in time for my work to clock in and shit. So I woke up. It was like 4:30. I put my phone on the charger. I set an alarm, and I couldn't go back to sleep after that.
That's so fucking.
But it was so weird, dude. Like
that is strange. I had the same thing. I've always been a night owl most of my life, right? I was thinking about this the other day. It's so strange that like I grew up with my dad, and he didn't give a fuck. He didn't care when I went to sleep. He'd kind of be like, "Yeah, get to sleep," you know. But once I hit like 12, 13, it was just like, "All right, dude, you're gonna be up all night like a fucking asshole. Like, let's go to school, let's do your shit." You know what I mean? Now, I have this thing where I'm just like if I have things scheduled, then that matters, right? But if I don't have shit coming up, like let's just say like my whole week's clear. I'll just move until I'm tired. I'll just sleep, no alarm. I just get up whenever, and I'm just this dude that moves. And like my schedule shifts every day, so where it looks like I'm on a normal schedule, then like an hour or two each time I move forward.
Yeah.
So I'm a night owl. And then I'm at the, you know what I mean? Then I'm at the point where I'm falling asleep at like 5 in the evening and I'm waking up. You know what I mean? It's so weird. You know what I mean?
I used to be like that. I used to never be able to go to sleep. I was convinced I had fucking insomnia, dude, at some point, because I could not fall asleep until it was like 3 or 4 a.m. And it was a while. It was like almost half of my semi-adult life at that point. So but I'm telling you, I think like by the time I hit like 24 or 25, I was like beat the fucking death at this point. I was like, I can't I can't do that anymore. Like I literally go to bed before 12 nowadays. Wake up at like 8, almost like clockwork, dude. Like half the time I wake up before my alarms, and it's weird as shit to me.
Yeah.
Because I never used to be able to do that. Like I used to go to bed and, like I said, it would be like 2 or 3, right?
Yeah.
And then if I didn't set an alarm, I would sleep till like fucking 2 p.m.
You would pray to the alarm too, like please be loud enough to wake me up.
Sometimes I would miss them, dude. Sometimes I admit that this is still the reason why I set like 15 alarms, dude.
Yeah.
I literally set alarms in 15-minute intervals every time. So I'll set one at like 7, 7:15, 7:30, 7:45, 8, and then that last one I know, like mentally at this point, the last one, if I don't wake up, I'm fucked.
I tell all 3 of my electronic bitches to set an alarm.
Alexa can do that shit now too, right?
I yell at Alexa, I'm like, you know, set an alarm, and I'm like, make sure it's like, Alexa's alarm, is it? Alexa, shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry. Dude, why is it your fucking second floor one?
Yeah, because it's here, there's 2 up there now.
Why does this one should technically pick it up quicker than that one? Why does that one pick it up? That's so weird.
Yeah, it's creepy when it's like, it's like behind me, like,
Yeah. I thought it was this one.
Alexa, I thought you were in the kitchen. I didn't know you were right up my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so it's like I tell her, then I tell Siri on 2 devices if I can, like phone, iPad. I'm like, all right, set the alarm.
That's insane, dude. I can't.
And then if I'm at my desk, I'll tell Cortana the same deal.
Oh, shit.
And everything goes off all at once. I rarely need my alarm anymore. I'm kind of the same way, too. If I'm falling asleep at a reasonable hour, I sleep for about 4 hours. I get up, I take a piss. You know, I'm like, do I don't want to live anymore.
Yeah.
I decide, right?
It's weird. I've been doing that, like I'm telling you, for the last 2 or 3 weeks. I've just been waking up. I gotta go fucking piss.
Yeah.
It's so weird, dude.
That's old man shit. Yeah. Welcome to the club.
Got gray hair the other day. No.
You don't know where my gray hairs are at. In my early 20s, I was so beat from work. Like, I was still adapting to the 9 to 5 life. Sometimes I would come home and I discovered my favorite schedule. I'd get done at 5, I'd come home, I'd be home by 6, and I'd fall asleep right away. Like an old man, right?
And then what, you just wake up at like 2 or 3?
I'd wake up anywhere between like 11:30 to like 2 or 3, right? And I'd wake up and I'd be refreshed, right? And sometimes I would go out and do shit, you know what I mean? If my people were out drinking, I'd go fucking join them for a minute. And a lot of times I would just wake up and be like, you know, it's time for breakfast. I'd make, and it's 3, imagine 3 in the morning, I'm waking up, I got breakfast. I forget if I was still reading the newspaper back then. I think, you know what I mean? But I'd read something. I was still a big reader then, National Geographic, some bullshit, right? And I felt like a real grown-ass white guy American. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, breakfast, eggs and bacon, like, but without the wife and kids. Like, honey, get my slippers and shit. You know? Just me delusional in my own apartment, right? And but
probably just because you're running on 4 hours of sleep. What the fuck?
But it was great because...
You're like yelling out, honey, oh wait, I live alone.
Oh wait, I'm a piece of shit. Loser.
It's also 3 a.m.
Yeah. If I have one at once,
and there's like a 6-pack that's already been drank right next to me. What the fuck is going on?
Who drank my beer? But no, so by the time, it'd be like 5 or 6 by the time I leave out to go to work. And I remember by the time I got there, so much hours had passed that I was in my stride. You know when you get done work and you're like, fuck yeah, we're going to go do shit. You know, that feeling? I had that feeling when I showed up to work. So everyone else is tired this morning, they're beat, they need coffee. They didn't even drink coffee on the way. You know what I mean? They wait to get to the office and drink coffee. I'm like, you know, with my arms raised, look at you poor saps. You're beat. I'm the, you know what I mean?
I don't get the whole coffee thing, man. I never could drink coffee. It's weird.
Here's what happened with coffee. I didn't, you know, my first job was at Trump Taj Mahal, right? And I would fall asleep at my desk. And the chick that was like, not my boss, but she was kind of like my lead. She's like, Sean, do yourself a favor. go get some coffee in there. And I'm like, really? I don't really drink it. She's like, dude, just give it a shot. Just trust me. I've been addicted to coffee since.
Ever since, yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm a mess.
I've had coffee before, and like if I travel, like I'll get coffee or something, because usually like if you travel, like especially if you go to different countries and stuff like that, there's usually not Red Bulls and shit. I stopped drinking Red Bulls now, by the way. Like I'm completely done with them shits.
That's good.
Refuse to drink them, but yeah, I mean I'll have a coffee once in a while. Usually like what I'll do is I'll have an espresso. I like espresso. Like, and if you go to like especially a different country, dude, like them motherfuckers know how to whip up a cup of that.
Oh yeah.
So you're like, hell yeah, I'll do that. But I mean, dude, I don't know. I don't really, like, I think it's just all mental, right? Like, you don't really even need coffee. Like, as long as you have a decent amount of sleep and you're up, right? Like, I understand, having less hours of sleep, but it's definitely in your head. Like, you don't need coffee. Like, you don't absolutely need to drink a cup of coffee to function.
Yeah, it's a stimulant.
Yeah.
I think people in their natural state kind of need it. Here's what you need is to wake up early. Go jog for a half hour or an hour.
Yeah, you need to exercise, I think.
That's actually kind of the move. You come back and your mind. Yeah. There's a study about people working out and then doing better on tests.
Dude, if I start waking up like 4 hours before my before I have to go to work anymore, like I'm gonna start just doing that. Honestly,
you don't really need too much time too. There was a brief period of time where I would work out after and before work. Like I wake up a little early. I would jog to the fucking gym, work out, jog home. Get ready and go to work.
You can't do that now. You just gotta start doing shit in the house.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the home gym, though. I fuck with the home gym. Yeah, you can jog. I can do push-ups. I can do sit-ups. I can play DDR.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, you don't really even need equipment. Like, you could just work out for the most part. Like,
body weight,
Yeah, like, you don't even need equipment. You don't need to go to the gym to work out. You can just do it all in your home.
Yeah, the gym is the gym has its benefits. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's just a fancy thing.
I think it's a motivating factor, right? Because now you go out to the gym, you're like, I guess I have to actually work out, right? Yeah. Like, I can't just sit here in the fucking changing room. Well, but at home, you're like, man, I should really work out. It's like, maybe one more episode of Devs, like...
Yeah.
That's
a fucked up part about working from home, is that now the lines are blurred, so you're like...
It fucks me up, bro. Yeah. I cannot. It sucks, dude, because I'm not... I don't feel like I'm working the same as I did.
You're not at work and you're not at home.
That's what I mean.
You're in space.
It's so weird. It really is. I don't like it at all, man. I always knew this, that like I could not function at work from home. Like I can't do it.
It's because you're essentially in the office 24/7.
Yeah,
and you're thinking about it and it's there. Yeah, it is fucked up.
Well, it's not even that. It's just that like, let's say for example, right? I'm working. I have an 8-hour shift. Yeah. I guarantee you about 4 hours of it I'm doing absolutely the fuck nothing. Because I'm at home. And I'm like, I'm home. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm going to go wash my dishes. I'm going to go cook fucking lunch or some shit, But at work, if I'm in an office setting, I'm like, okay, so now I actually have to go to work. Now I can't sit here and watch TV for another hour. Like, I actually have to do shit. Like, I have to make this 8-hour shift pass. Like, I can't just sit here and do fucking nothing. Because it is going to take 10 years. So I'm actually going to do work. And then... I'm going to run out for a half hour for lunch, grab some lunch, or bring my lunch, take my half hour, which, again, will fly by so much faster.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I feel like you actually move around and do shit when you're in an office.
Yeah, it is a motivating factor. Seeing everyone, I think it's inefficient. I think everyone should work as close to home as possible, wear as little clothes as possible, and just... You know what I mean?
So everyone should work in a strip club.
Everybody should work like in that. Dude, I swear to God. Look, if I was like doing data entry again, I'd just be in my drawers all day, like shirtless ape with the hairiness, and just fucking and just if I gotta hop on a webcam, I throw a shirt on real quick. Yeah. And that's it.
You know it's like one of those like professional headshots, dude.
Like, yeah.
Where you got to do an online interview.
You got the suit here, and you're in your boxers.
You clip a tie on real quick, and you're just in your socks and fucking.
Just don't stand up because I don't want to show the whole department of my dick. But I totally believe in that. But there is something to be said for the fact that like you're around people in shirts and ties, and everyone's got good haircuts and they're serious. Something about that makes you want to jump in and be professional. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's an air of professionalism. I think it goes deeper than that. I think it's sub and unconscious, where it's a competitive edge.
Yeah, it's definitely 100% motivational. Like that's what it is. I mean, it can't be anything else. Like
that kind of environment, it motivates the apes, right? The people who really don't want to fucking be working at an office and dicking around. People who are like self-starters, people that are just missing that part of their brain that wants to, those A-type psychopaths.
Sociopaths.
Yeah. People like that, they can work from home, they can work on it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? They could be in a hole, digging shit, and they'll be motivated.
That's the people that watch YouTube motivations every morning.
Yeah.
The ones we talked about.
Watching The Rock every morning.
Yep. But yeah, dude. I mean, it's definitely tough to change your life. Like that's because I mean, this whole thing happened so quick, right? Like it was 1 week we're doing everything that we're normally used to, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, you can't go to the store anymore. Boom, you can't fucking go outside like that and stand next to people. Boom, you can't even go to work. Like, all of a sudden I'm working, but I'm in my house. Like it's just, it's such a quick change. I think a lot of stuff you pick up if you do it gradually, right? Like that's how it is, and that's how they train people. Certain things you start off slow, and then you get fully into it. At some point, you're already a master, right? But with something like this, it happens so quick. I feel like nobody's really used to it, So I mean, some people are a little bit quicker to pick up than others, but still, I mean, this is like a huge, drastic change.
Yeah, I feel like chaos is a ladder. You remember that, John, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like everyone's running around there like chickens with their heads cut off, and they're like, "Oh my God, COVID and deaths and all that shit." I feel like more like this is
welcome to my domain. Bitch.
Yeah. I'm like this is if you want to move up in the world right now, it's the time to do it. Just to show that under times of crisis and emergency, that you can just
calm.
You can just move about your business unflapped and kind of rise to the occasion. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm fine. Like I said, I've been fucking living at my house for fucking years. This is no different to me. Like I don't need to go outside.
Yeah,
I'm good. I got everything I need in my house. Like I'm all right. But I mean, just work. That's different. That's the only thing that
is super weird.
Yeah. Like I'm used to leaving my house to go to work.
Because you feel like
coming home and then doing whatever.
Because you have the illusion of power at home, don't you?
Yeah.
You feel like you've made it working at home. Yeah. Like I'm the man.
But I'm telling you, like I said, it's just way too many distractions. That's what it is. It's
you know what though? I mean, your kind of job, you can do that. You know what I mean?
Sort of.
I think, right? Like
sort of.
I mean, you get your daily shit done every day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
but that's the problem. Like if I do my work, right? So here's the thing, right? So because I take calls, right? Yeah. So I sit there and half of my day is taking calls, the other half is I'll do follow-ups and shit, or fix stuff, or do whatever. Right. So, and that's a 4-hour and a 4-hour shift, right? So I got 4 hours of inbound time, and then I got 4 hours of doing whatever else. So I mean, realistically, I would probably say about 2.5 hours of that is just me sitting the fuck around anymore.
I got you.
Because I mean, if I do my follow-ups, let's say for 2 hours straight, I'm done. Like I don't.
Oh, okay.
Called all my clients. I did all my follow-ups. I fixed everything that I fucked up on. What else am I going to do? I can't just show up and just start, doing this or that. Like that's it.
Oh, so you're kind of lucky. You don't have like a rainmaker job where it's like
I don't have like a project. Once I'm done with a project, I have another one, and so on and so on. Like I'm not sitting here, building spreadsheets after spreadsheets.
Yeah. There's some people who are in sales. It's like, all right, now it's your responsibility now to generate more clients. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'm inbound, so I take calls, and then like that's where I get my clients from. People that call me. So if I did all my follow-ups for that day, like usually what I'll do is I'll follow up with people that I spoke with the day before.
Yeah.
If I call them, they don't answer. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah. Some people have these endless jobs where their job, even clocking in and out, their job is never done, and their job is just to generate something. You know what I mean? So it's like, you're lucky you're not in one of those spots.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, so like you said, that's the difference though. Is I'm an inbound person, but what you're saying is like those are mostly people that generate their own leads. Those are like cold callers, telemarketers, and people like that.
People whose salary is wholly derived, and business growth is derived from the fact that they're nonstop just pounding pavement looking for fucking money.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like that's the beauty of my job is that I have people calling me.
Yep, you do your duties. You're done. Yeah. Bam, fucking, I'm good.
No, I mean, I could definitely do more, but it's like, I mean, realistically, my job ends at a point where I've done all my follow-ups.
Oh, like, you do what you have to.
I've followed up with all my customers for the day. What else can I do? And I can't do anything else.
That is how it should be. Too many people have these, like, bullshit. Almost everybody I know has to sit at their desk and pretend like they're working for their boss.
Yeah.
There's
well, even like people that do data entry, you really think they sit there 24/7 fucking building spreadsheets? Like, no, they don't. There's definitely at least an hour of their time where they just sit around and just do absolutely nothing.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Because there's no way, like, unless you're just a complete workaholic, you're not gonna sit there and work your full entire 8-hour shift. Like how many people do you think fucking in an office setting go up to the stupid water machine and they just stand there and bullshit, or make coffee and stand there and bullshit, like all that?
That's true. I do have to be one of those rare individuals that, like, I am the guy that breaks the curve. I mean, I've been doing data entry half of my career, and I don't do it now and shit. But when I did, like, I treated it like a video game. I wanted to have a high score and shit. So I would just, like a maniac, I'd sit there, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like, I loved it because I was able to delude myself into thinking I was doing something fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. That's what I would do in an office setting, right? Like, if I'm going to my office to work, my goal is to be like, okay, well, what can I do to make the day pass? And it's not going to be slacking off, like, because I'm telling you, like, even in an office setting, like, you half the fucking time you sit around, you do nothing, you're like, you look at your time, it's only been 10 minutes, you're like, I had a fucking full-blown conversation with Susan, like, what the fuck happened?
Susan. Like, yeah, it is weird. I always find that when any kind of job, you're either waiting for the clock to drag out or you're fighting against the clock. You know what I mean? And if you look at the clock like I'm fighting against this motherfucker, like I want to get shit done, like that weird little spirit in you that's like, I want to succeed and shit. And if you do that, the clock starts to look like the enemy when it keeps moving. It's moving too fast. Yeah. And you're like, I gotta fucking get it done, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And it's just that little change of perspective that turns an office gig from like, I'm here. You know what I mean? It changes it from that to like, I need to get my whole deck in before the day's over. You know what I mean? I need to fit it all in. You know what I mean? I gotta fucking Like I swear to God, there's days I've worked where like by the time I left, I felt like I had a cape and tie blown in the wind like a fucking hero. Like
you do have those days though. Sometimes you're just like on fire. You're like, you know what? I'm just actually gonna do a little bit more. I once took an Adderall at my old job. 40 minutes before I walk into the door, right? I did everything that day. You probably even cleaned the bathrooms.
Dude, pretty much, dude. I was on fire. Like, I was moving. It just felt great. You know what I mean? I already pick up calls quick. I'm already an efficiency nerd. Yeah. I was doing it even bigger, dude. Yeah. Like, I was I would run to the printer. Like, you know, like in Apex, when you're Wraith and you do that fucking whoop, and dude, I was blinking to the fucking printer. Just boom, boom.
That's probably what it felt like.
Yeah. I was just fucking moving like fuck, like like my stupid little job actually mattered for a day. Yeah, kills your appetite too, man. I had like a side salad for lunch. I was all happy as shit. I was like, you know what I mean? I fucking went back, and I was just like, you know what I mean? Like, can you imagine doing it in an office? Like, really giving a fuck? Like, I get to do work.
You weren't fired after that, were you?
Nah, fired for the opposite. Yeah. Oh my god. And the job that we're talking about, they let me get away with so much bullshit. Yeah. I was jeez. They really put up with my stupid ass. But I don't know.
Like I said, man, I think it's just this happened too quick, because it really was almost overnight. Like 1 week they're talking about the possibility of shutting the country down, and then the next week it's like boom.
Yeah, it was over.
Like we are. The fuck.
It was dumb.
Insane.
Yeah, that blows my mind, dude. The world's never gonna be it's never gonna be the same as this.
No. It's weird because like we forgot all the times that these situations happened. Yeah. Like how many times? Like this isn't the first time that a pandemic's happened.
Yeah, I think the
this isn't even like the third. It's not the fourth. It's like probably the 100th. Like
I think the first. I think the last big time it happened was the Spanish flu, right?
Yeah. Well, there was a couple like different outbreaks, but it wasn't like global like this.
Yeah, you got epidemics, you have endemics, and you have pandemics. Epidemics are this new shit. Endemic is like AIDS in Africa, where it's like it's always there, and it's you know what I mean. Like, it's an ongoing thing. Pandemic means whole globe gets it. These fucking traveling ass dudes with their coughs.
I mean, just that's just bruh. Like that still fucks me up to this day. It's like how do people how did this thing fucking spread like that? Where people are just like, if you get the flu, you're fucked. You can't do anything. You can't barely survive, right? You're in a fucking bed. You're sweating. You're sick. You coughing. You can barely breathe. Motherfuckers with COVID are like, yeah, I'm just gonna go to fucking take my vacation.
Yeah, it's an evolutionary advantage.
It's insane, dude.
The virus just has gone through so many kind of iterations of itself. Now it's this version of itself that lays dormant for so long.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah, is it can show no symptoms for up to 2 weeks or something now.
Yep.
It's insane.
It's just a matter of the fact that the people who caught it were unfortunate enough to also be like travelers. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, usually some shit like this happens. Let's say you're in a Chinese wet market, you eat a bat, but you're broke. It doesn't matter. So you just stay in your house, and a couple people around you. The neighborhood gets it. It's all good, you know? This dude, like that. You know that meme of the African dude in the orange suit walking through his hood and shit?
Nah.
Okay, it's this really dark, it's a really dark African dude. He's wearing a huge orange suit. He looks like a James Bond villain. And he's walking through like an African village.
Oh, jeez.
And it's just so wild, right? Yeah. That guy caught it. Because he's where he's around, he's where he's at. He catches it. But he's also a guy that's got to travel everywhere.
Yeah, then he gave it to Billy on the seat next to him.
And then he went to go, all right, let me go from China to the U.S. Now I got to tell him what I did. Now I'm at a board meeting. Yeah. I'm with a bunch of other assholes that got to travel for a living. Cough, cough, cough. Yeah. Boom, let's spread it, let's fan out, boys. I
don't know, it's kind of weird though, because like, at least I hope I don't have it, right? Neither do you, but I mean, it's tough to imagine that we both have it, because we're not really fucking out about,
Yeah, we kind of know each other.
If I go out, like I said, I'm bandanaed up, I got my gloves on, I'm staying the fuck away from people, like I'm not, I don't play that game. I don't need that shit, bro. Like I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a mask now too, just in case.
You don't even fucking go out.
Yeah.
You fucking go out like once a week, like me.
You know what though? I was on septic like last week. Yeah. And now I heard.
You better move to the other end of that.
Oh yeah. Nah, I kept it cool because I hopped on. Now they got the deal. You hop on the back door. I just stayed to myself. I was actually the guy coughing and shit. Like, fuck, I better not fucking. I don't want the fucking.
But it's weird. So
I want the mob to fight me.
So like, and then some days like it's weird. I'll wake up and it might just be like almost psychological. I don't know if you've experienced this or some other people, but it's where you just you're so surrounded by this negativity of this whole thing that you cough, right, or you sneeze and you're like, fuck, do I have it?
Yeah.
And then you almost feel like you have this weird feeling around you that you're like, I might be sick, and then you almost become sick. Have you ever had that? Like, it's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, it's like a placebo effect almost. So,
but I feel like right now, I've never been better. Like, I almost feel better than any other day. Like outside of this, like I'm breathing fine. I'm not, nasally. Like my throat's clear. Like everything's fine.
Tea helps, right? You woke up. Yeah. You're living healthy. You're doing your thing. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm healthy, but like I take vitamins every morning. I drink tea. Yeah. I cut out soda completely, which I've never really been into soda. I stopped drinking Red Bull,
you're actually making all the right moves.
The only thing I'm not doing is working out, and I'm like, I have plans on doing it. I'm lazy as fuck as it is, but
diet is 90% of the battle.
Yeah.
Working out's good for you, but yeah, you know what I mean? It's not a lot of people that are like trying to stay in shape, like when people are trying to lose weight, right?
Yeah.
Like the Atkins diet. When that came out, big fat fuck started hopping on it. They started losing weight with no workout. You know what I mean? So it's like working out it's good for you overall, and it keeps all your parts jointed up, oiled up and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if you don't, ain't the end of the world.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna do it. Like I said, it's something that I really want to get into.
You're you're like an ectomorphic body type, right? Like you don't just build muscle naturally, just doing nothing.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So your body already has it's already kind of based around the idea of like it shaves all fat from you. You know what I mean? Like it tries to keep you. Yeah, it tries to keep you like a skinny dude.
The only thing I fucked up on is drinking way too much from the age of 21 to 24.
21?
Fucking beer gut, dude.
So no.
Let's
not lie to ourselves.
Officially on air, on the internet.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, I started drinking, dude, shit when I was like 16. I mean,
13? Sure.
Yeah, like started smoking and drinking when I was 16.
Oh, you was already like a 2-year vet when we met.
Yeah, bro, I wasn't like, hey, could you give me beer? Do you remember when I used to ask you to buy me beer? I'd tell you specifics. I wouldn't be like, yo, Don, can you buy me a bottle of something? Or vodka? Or, you're like, no, I was telling you to buy shit. Yeah. But bro, by the time we met, I was like, hey, Don, you want to drink some scotch? And you were like, fuck yeah. That's what it was. That's how it was, dude.
Yeah.
And I was 16 at the time, bro. I was like 18.
When'd you start off drinking when you were 16?
The first thing I ever drank was a 40.
Of?
Steel Reserve.
Oh, yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, Christ. Or no. Hurricane. That's what it was. It was a Hurricane. It was a Hurricane 40. And then it evolved into Steel Reserves and Hurricanes. Oh, it just depended, It depended what... Because back then, when I first started drinking, like I said, I was 16. I didn't really know much about it. Like, I couldn't buy it myself. I didn't have a reliable source. So sometimes I would literally have to have runners, like random ass people. I would just chill outside the Cheetos, dude. Be like, yo, bro, can you get me some 40s? Like,
hey, mister.
Yep. I used to have to do that for smokes too, bro. Like I told you, I started smoking when I was 16. And
jeez.
Yeah. I recently just quit, bro. Can you believe that?
That's wild. That's good, though.
Yeah. Almost 10 years smoking straight, dude.
10-year vet smoking.
Yeah. It feels so good, man. Honestly, it's the best fucking thing I've ever.
That's gotta be half the battle for you.
And it's,
That's gotta be half the battle for you right now. You feeling good?
I feel great, honestly. I feel so much better. I don't feel groggy. I don't feel like, I don't know. I feel like I have a lot more time now with it,
Yeah, because you're not, you got fire in your hand all day and you gotta wait.
And I feel like I just feel better. Just overall better. I mean, that's breathing.
Nice.
Just, everything tastes better. I'm eating more now. Like, I'm actually eating food.
Okay, yeah, because when you smoke, you're like...
Yeah, like, I can actually eat breakfast.
You're like a sad Russian boy, like, just smoking in your tracksuit.
But that's the thing. That's what happens when you smoke. You really just don't have appetite, because almost everything tastes bland at that point. Like,
I need to have some really lose some of this weight.
You do. You really do lose a lot of weight. Just and it's not so much, I think, because of the chemicals and all that shit that they put in cigarettes, but I think it's more just because you really don't have appetite like that.
Yeah,
like I'm telling you, I never used to. When I smoked, I never used to be able to eat breakfast ever. I refused to eat anything until like 1 or 2 p.m. Yeah. But now I'm like, shit. I could go for like some eggs. I could go for bacon, whatever. Let's get it. It's popping.
Yeah. That's the weird part about life is like whatever you're doing. If you quit or cut back on something, it's always gets replaced by something else. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like when addicts and shit, when they go to AA or whatever, they stop drinking and they do all this shit. But they're always meeting coffee houses, they're always drinking coffee, they're smoking cigarettes, always fucking blah, 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 you know what I mean? So it's like, as people, we just need things. You know what I mean? We need to input things and then do stuff. And like that's how people live. You know what I mean? Just generally, just like...
That's what it was for me too, is like when I stopped smoking, I think I started drinking a lot more Red Bull.
Okay, I got you.
And then I was like, I really need to stop drinking Red Bull because I don't know, Red Bull is just bad for you. And I would drink it just first thing in the morning to didn't even fucking drink a glass of water or nothing.
That should just hit your fucking system and shot.
Yeah, dude, it was bad, man. It was real bad. And I'm telling you, I would do it every single day.
It is great.
Like I just stopped drinking it recently, actually.
We were talking about espresso at my old gig. I'd hit Dunkin' Donuts on the way in. And I got them to the point where eventually they would hit me with a small cup of full espresso.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'd go, and I had to walk a half hour to the office. I'd go in with my fucking heart beating.
Do you feel like the Flash in that moment?
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, bitch.
Do you ever,
I feel like Jack Nicholson in The Shining when he's looking through the door and he's like, ah.
Bro, that's the worst part. Yeah, that's the worst part about caffeine is that sometimes when you do and end up having too much and you actually hit that, sugar rush, and you're not doing shit. You're not an athlete. You're not running a marathon. You're not working out. You're literally sitting in a fucking chair staring at a computer screen.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything adrenaline infusing, and you just sit there and you feel like you're floating out of your fucking body, but you're not doing anything. You're about to have a heart attack.
You're like that skeleton with the red glowing heart.
It's terrible.
Alive. I love that shit. I feel like a fucking anime character when I'm off that shit.
No, dude, that shit is scary.
To me,
at least,
that whole feeling of floating out of your body. Let me ask. All right, I stayed up for 3 days straight, and I was sitting in a meeting. I was just leaning against the fucking a vending machine or whatever. And I started to feel my soul lift out of my body. It was just, I just felt like a fucking, you know what I mean? Just so, no sleep. I'm so beat, and I felt it for a second. Like, not for real, but just a sensation. And I was like, oh, God, that's rough. What's the longest time you ever stayed awake for?
2 days.
2 days?
Yeah, and this was when I went to go visit my mom in Ukraine that's when I was like 18 or 16, or one of the times I went to visit her. And it's just so because it's a 16-hour flight.
Oh.
So and I can't. You're a fucking psychopath if you can sleep on the plane. First of all,
Really? So?
it's impossible to sleep.
A lot of people pop a Xanax ahead of
It's
time.
impossible to sleep on a fucking plane, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it was like a 16-hour flight, and then I got there, and it was morning. Mm-hmm. So it's like everyone's out doing shit. My mom and like my relatives and everything are like, oh, let's go fucking do shit, like and then they literally just did shit. We did shit for the whole entire day.
Oh,
and didn't go to sleep until that night.
I gotcha. Holy shit.
Yeah, so I woke up, regular day.
So what would you say that is? Like a 16 plus a...
Well, so I would wake up, let's say I woke up at 10, right, in the morning.
Okay.
Did my thing, hopped on a plane at the end of the day. Because it wasn't like...
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, fuck, that's wild.
Yeah, so like, that's a full day, right? And then another day over there, jet lagged, first of all. So that's another full... So yeah, it was one regular day and then one full day.
And then you just took... The plane was a portal into a new day.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, shit. The first time, I was like 12 or 13, I woke up on a Friday morning. I didn't go to bed until Sunday evening. And even then, I slept for like an hour and woke back up all refreshed. It's the weirdest fucking thing.
It is actually weird, though, when you stay up a lot longer, sometimes you sleep less and you feel better.
You catch a second wind, right? Yeah. Like you're that Rock Lee shit, that chakra shit?
Yeah.
That there's like a real life equivalent to that or whatever. When you have no sleep, you stay awake long enough, all of a sudden you're like, I'm alive again.
I think a lot of that is like sleep exhaustion, dude. Have you ever slept like 10 hours and you woke up tired as fuck?
Yeah, I've had those.
Yeah. I think, I know, like I'm telling you, I'm finding this out a lot more recently since I'm actually sleeping like just 7 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
I'm not like sleeping 10, 12, 15 hours anymore. I'm like, I'm actually waking up like more refreshed. Like I'm not going to go to bed.
Yeah.
So it's definitely one of those.
I got you. Yeah.
Sleep exhaustion is 100% a thing. You always wake up more tired.
Oh, it sucks, dude. I think I once slept for a whole day, like a 24-hour period. At least 20 hours. Jesus. I was just so beat. I was just like, yeah. And you wake up with a slight headache. You're not better for it.
Your head's like pounding, and you're like, what the fuck? You're just groggy. Yeah, it sucks.
And your dream, like I was saying earlier, like your dreams, the later on you sleep and you just force yourself back to sleep, your dreams get crazier and crazier. It's like your brain runs out of shit to process, so it like digs into your psyche and your deep memories, and then just shit. You just see some weird shit.
I don't really dream like that though. We already talked about this. Yeah. It's like one of the first episodes. I think we talked about this.
You don't really dream, huh?
No, I'm telling you, I have a dream maybe once every 2-3 months, or sometimes it could go longer than that. And
do you have dreams that you just don't remember, and you're like,
so apparently everybody dreams, right? Every night, anytime you go to sleep, you dream.
Oh, it's just wiped from your memory.
Yeah, like I don't remember it. Like unless there's a specific dream where I just wake up and I clearly remember it, or like a nightmare or something.
Yeah,
that's what I mean by like I remember it. But like some people can wake up every night and be like, yeah, I was in fucking Florida, kicking the sand and shit, and I'm like,
I wake up and I either know I had a dream and it was weird and I have a vague idea of what it was, and then every once in a while, like I had this impactful dream that I remember for the rest of my life. You know what I mean?
That's weird. I have very few of those. Like I said,
you don't even wake up and be like, yeah, I kind of know what I was doing in the dream, but because the second you wake up, it all fleets from you. For me, anyway. Like I wake up and I'm like, oh yeah, I was doing that thing, and I have all the shit that happened. I have this one little gem of a memory.
But how often does that happen?
And even that starts to fade away, pretty much every night or so.
Yeah, that's insane. That's not for me, dude.
But it's still like a fleeting thing. It's like somehow, like I think what happens with you have your dream. And then before you wake up, it's essentially all wiped from your memory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Me, I wake up with a little piece of it. I'm like, it starts crumbling right away.
Yeah, I can't. Like I said, it's very often that I wake up and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I remember what happened. Strange.
My buddy Dave from way back. Same deal with him. He's like, I never have dreams. Maybe a couple times, like 1 or twice a year. God, that's so fascinating. I know of a man.
It kind of sucks because everyone's like, man, I had a crazy
dream. Yeah.
My girlfriend's always telling me about her fucking psycho dreams, and I'm like,
yeah,
that's nice. I just shake my head like, yeah, cool. I'm like, talking about my dreams.
I know about a man who, he lives 2 lives, right? He walks around in this world that we live in right now, and you're hearing this shit, right? And then when he goes to sleep, he's a Native American out in the woods.
That's weird.
Every night he has a very similar...
It's a constant, like...
Yeah.
Dream of the same thing?
Yeah, he goes to sleep, weird. And he's just a different guy. And then he just does shit in that dream world.
Yeah, they need to study that
motherfucker. And then he wakes up and he's back here and he does shit.
That's so strange, man.
Tell me that ain't weird, man.
I mean, I feel like if I do dream the very few times that I remember it, like, I feel like I could almost control it. Like, it's kind of weird.
Oh, do you have lucid dreams?
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are weird. But like I said, I mean, it's very few. It's like, I can't sit here and compare it. I can't safely say that every time I dream, I control it. But the dreams that I can remember, I'm like, okay, I could definitely do shit in there. You know? I could be like, oh, I can freely move my hand instead of just running from a fucking psychopath with an axe. Like,
what,
you know?
Yeah. What's one of the cooler dreams you've had that you remember?
I really don't. Like, honestly, you
had the dream and then they don't hit you hard enough the way you remember that?
No, they don't hit me, like, to the point where I'm like, oh man, this one for the books. Like,
Interesting.
I gotta compile it in my fucking backlog of memory. No, it's never been like that.
Okay, because every once in a while, about as frequently as you have dreams, that's how often I have a dream that is so impactful that I remember forever. I have these things. I've had a dream, like, when I was younger, I had this weird thing where time would move so slow in the dream that, like, weeks would go by, and then I'd wake up and it was the next day.
Yeah. I think the weirdest dream I've ever had is when I was skateboarding or hoverboarding. Yeah. But basically, every time I, like, jumped, I could control, like, the skateboard as a hoverboard.
Yeah.
And then I remember, like, and this is what, right before I woke up, and this is what it was, is I was, like, sitting on top of a building, and I was like, well, shit, how am I going to get down from here? And I was like, wait, I have a hoverboard. What the fuck am I doing? And I jumped off, and I just fell. And I woke up.
Oh, fuck.
That's what it was. That was like the last dream that I could actually remember. And this was a while ago. But that was it. Wild. It was the stupidest shit. I was literally over here jumping and flying on my little thing. And then here I am stuck on a building. I'm like, I'm just going to do that. And then I just fall down and wake up.
I had this weird dream, man. It was like, it was in Philly, but it was like futuristic. And I remember being on the subway.
Was it with a PH? Futuristic?
Yeah, it was a futuristic Philly. Yeah. Future. Yeah. I'm on the L, and I'm like some kind of like general of an army / like leader of society. And I swear to God, I remember I'm walking through the fucking subway car, and people were like looking at me like, oh my God, you know what I mean? And the guy was like, hey, I need a job. And like, for some reason, there was this interface in front of me. Like I had like one of those Google lenses or whatever. And I was just like, boop, boop, boop. And I like touched a couple buttons in midair. I hired him and he fucking teleported away. Like I sent him to his job or some shit. How weird is that, dude?
That is kind of weird.
Yeah, man. I was just about to tell you about a fucking different one. It was so, dude. I have strange shit going on. Sometimes I build cities, like I'm playing SimCity and shit, but it's like real life. Like I'm on the ground and like with my mind I'm moving people and objects and I'm like building you know what I mean? This was like early last decade, and I was just this hopeful kind of kid that always had all these dreams and shit, and I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? But yeah, fuck. It's so funny. I'm focusing in on this one joint I wanted to tell you about. But because I'm doing that, my brain can't fucking access it. It's on the tip of my tongue. I forget exactly what I'm thinking about.
Well, you can just revisit it if it ever.
Yeah. I'll jump into it. But
have you Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna ask you about that Final Fantasy shit, dude.
Oh yeah.
I'm like still debating on it.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Remake is out. My buddy's got it. I haven't asked him about it yet, but from what I saw, I thought it was cool.
What's weird to me is that I've been reading a lot of stuff about it, and they're saying that it's really not even fucking Final Fantasy VII. Like, it's a completely different game. I'm like, why the fuck would you release a completely different game and call it Final Fantasy VII Remake? Yeah. Like, why don't you just be like Final Fantasy VII
7-2
-5? Yeah,
alternate universe or something.
But they're gonna fucking make like more episodes of it, dude. Remember, this is the shit that I was talking to you about. Yeah. It's not completed. They're still doing like 5 more episodes for it.
Yeah, I kind of hate that shit too. Like, Give me a completed fucking game for once in your lives. You know?
Well, it is. So apparently it's completed. But
okay. Oh, they're releasing it like that.
Yeah, so and this goes back to the it's different shit, right?
Yeah.
So apparently it's the storyline is semi the same, but it's different in a sense where if you play Final Fantasy VII, you'll see some similarities, but for the most part, it's a completely different story.
I heard what happens, the main death in the game. I heard people are speculating that it has to be a different one this time, like a different person
like
has
Eric
to die,
dying and shit.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil it for in case you haven't heard it, but yeah. I heard they're gonna maybe do it some. I don't see any way how they can do that, you know. But yeah,
from what I was reading, and like I didn't really read the the whole entire article or whatever it was. It was more so just them comparing like what the story is about, and basically what they were saying is it's apparently in a completely opposite fucking timeline. Like it's a completely different timeline or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's totally different.
Because I've seen it. I've seen like episode 1 that's out right now. It's all the same. It's we're trying to blow up the mega reactors, and we're like terrorists, and we're trying to like stop. Basically, it's a commentary about big oil in the real world.
Yeah.
So they're trying to do that. They're like a terrorist organization against that shit. And so there's that, and then like the one character gets kidnapped, and like it all looks the same. It looks like they're heading in the same direction.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it's the same, but it's also different. Like the storyline is a little different.
Yeah, I gotta take a look. How much you can spoil it for me if you know.
I don't know shit. I'm telling you, I
Yeah.
briefly skimmed through this article because I was sitting here trying to understand and not get aggravated because this fucking game is called a remake, but it's not the same fucking story. Like this shit it doesn't make sense to me. Like how you can come out with a game and be like, yeah, this is a remake. Like if it's a remake, it's a fucking remake. Remake it, make it look better, and that's it. Yeah. Don't fuck with it. But they're like, they made a completely different fucking game is what they did. But called it a remake. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me.
I think... Okay, so, when the game came out in 97, right? I think they're trying to capture what they had back then.
Right.
But they're just doing it, again, with a modern sensibility.
No, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm just saying is, if you're going to make a completely different story, one that's separate from the original, why call that fucking game a remake?
Yeah.
But, like, again, like you said, make it 7.2 or 7 fucking 0.5.
From what I can tell so far, it does seem to like the major plot points are still there.
Yeah. Apparently not towards like the end though. Apparently is
that right? They're gonna do a whole different deal.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So and again, I've been telling you this. They're not. This isn't the full game.
Yeah.
They're breaking it into parts because if you remember, the original game was like what, like 6 or 5 discs.
3.
It's like it's completely separated, like parts of it though. That's how it was breaking down.
Yeah.
So that's what they're going to do with this one. So they're going to do like this is the first storyline of it. Then they're going to do like remake part 2 or some shit, and then like part 3 or however many parts it takes. So it's basically it's complete, right? Like once you beat this one, you're done with the story, but they're doing a continuation of it.
Yeah.
So like technically following the 7 timeline, but also it's different.
Yeah. I know. Strange. I know the first chapter is. It's basically if you're playing through a standard Final Fantasy VII run, the first thing is about the first 5 hours of the game. They're just in the city of Midgar, that big shitty fucking looks like you're under the L the whole time. Yeah. So
fucking Chernobyl, my guy.
Yeah. So they're out there, right with the fucking Jones on the side.
That's what it always reminded me of.
You always thought of Chernobyl?
Yeah.
I swear to God, I always thought about Bridge and Pratt at Frankfurt Ave. Just the way the L is over it. No, because you have that big circular city, right? So it's like you have the people that live under the plate and over the plate, and they had a subway that kind of spiraled up. You know what I mean? You can get to the top, you can get to the bottom, you can get to different places. Yeah. So I always, when you're under the L blocks the sun to some extent. It's just a darker street than most streets in Philly.
Right.
So I always kind of equated Midgar with Philly. Like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, it was this little microcosm of, like, man, this little shitty fucking block with no sun. You know?
Yeah. Like I told you, you clearly know I have never played the original.
Yeah.
I own it. I own a PlayStation. I've just never.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, it's so weird. Fuck.
Yeah. I literally have a fucking copy of it at the crib, but I don't know. I was never really into it. I think at the time I don't know, and then I never really bothered. I mean, I should. I definitely should. I don't know.
I think it's worth it.
But like I said, I've been thinking about doing this remake thing because
you ever watch old movies and kind of appreciate them in their time?
Sure, but I mean, there's always that aspect of me like just not appreciating it also because it's outdated as fuck. I feel like to witness something that special, you have to be there when it launched and when everybody was appreciating it for what it is. Because now you're just appreciating it because it's a piece of history, right? Like, you're not sitting here like, oh, Final Fantasy is just so great because it's just so great. Like, it's so great because of what it did for the industry as a whole.
Yeah, it's like the Beatles.
Right.
It's like, oh, they're great. They were great for music. They did all sorts of other shit. It's hard to fucking listen to them now.
Beatles, same thing, dude. I never really liked the Beatles.
This chick I was talking to, she introduced me to the Beatles. They have a few cool tracks that I'm alright with, but I'm not blown away by the Beatles. They're just another fucking band that's like...
But look, maybe when I listened to it in the 60s and shit, maybe I would have been like, holy fuck, this is revolutionary, right? Like, that's completely different, and that's fine, like, you know...
Yeah. That's why I think the Final Fantasy VII remake is cool, because I remember trying to pitch Final Fantasy VII to you and the whole crew back in the day, you guys being like, yeah, suck my dick, dude, it sucks, you know? That's why I think this remakes it's gonna be alright.
Yeah.
Because, hey, this is a piece of history, and it is boring and sucks and shitty looking, but hey, you can appreciate it a little better through this lens, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's definitely, once you're like, you know how sometimes you need to be in the right mindset or focus to appreciate something? I mean, once you're like, hey, everything, I got nothing on my mind, everything's off the table, you know, and once you're in the seventh stage of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that's when you pick up Final Fantasy VII.
That's why I'm thinking of doing it right now, because like I said, I think it's perfect, right? Because it's a good introduction to people that missed that original release, right? I feel like it is the same game, but it's not, and that's what makes it good for both, you know, people that appreciate it and people that don't appreciate it, because they've never played it, and those people that already beat the fucking living shit out of it, right? That's the appeal, because you're not playing the same game, but you are. So, and I guess they captured the essence and the magic of what made the first one, you know, so special.
Yeah.
So that's part of the, you know, the reason why I definitely want to pick it up. I might just do that, but
I think pick it up. I recommend it.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII is such a thing because I'll give you a little background on it. Final Fantasy VI was an amazing game. People still swear it's the best game in the series, right? You have 6 guys and you have 7 guys, right? So after 6 came out, they were riding all the nerds loved it. You know what I mean? But they're like, dude, we kind of need some mass appeal with this shit. So what they did, if I'm not mistaken, they spent $10 million on a marketing budget, right? So if you were sitting in front of your TV as an American kid back in '97, you'd see a fucking commercial with CGI cutscenes from Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, it was the first time the PlayStation was out, and they could do a little new shit as far as graphics wise, like a 64-bit system or whatever. Everybody was blown the fuck away. The only thing I had watched prior to that the only thing I played prior to that, RPG wise, was Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars. That was an amazing game. I loved it. It was simple, but it was cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. I saw this Final Fantasy VII shit. I was like, yo, this is grown man shit. I rented it. I didn't have a memory card the first 2 times I played it. I had to just wait. I just hope I don't die, and just when I'm not ready to play again, I just leave it. I just left it in my living room running, just fucking boop.
You could do that back in the day. You didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely want a memory card, but you could just leave your shit running for fuck knows how long, and it wouldn't fuck up.
Yeah. I ended up getting a memory card. I ended up playing it. You know, with RPGs, you get to a point where you save at the wrong place, and then you can't go back. And you got to fight a guy that you can't beat.
Yep.
I did that midway through the first disc. I was like, fuck this.
Damn.
Yeah.
You were playing the hardcore version of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they only had one. It was only one difficulty, but like, but that was super for real.
That's like how games do it nowadays, or like Dark Souls games and shit. Like I think Bloodborne or something is like, you die, it just deletes your save file or some shit. Oh that's what fucking Darkest Dungeon does, dude. If you don't beat the game within 20 hours, or you die, or whatever, or you have more than 4 characters die, it just wipes your save file.
That was like Iron Man mode or whatever. Right? So you can't go back.
Yeah, it's like this super duper hardcore fucking bullshit.
Jesus. Oh, it only lasts 20 hours? That's fucking
That's what it does. It says if you don't beat the game by 20 hours, like once 20 hours hits since you started, or 4 characters or more, or 4 characters die, I think after your 4th character dies, the game just wipes and you have to restart.
It's about 20 hours of gameplay, or
You basically have to speed your way through it. Like, you can't sit there and take your fucking time.
Okay. I thought you meant, like, I play a game for an hour, I save, I come back tomorrow, it's gone.
No. That's
I got
not
you.
how it works. It's
Gameplay time.
Actual play time, yeah.
I'm with you.
It's
That's
not
interesting.
like 20 hours from now. Like, you're beat, idiot.
Oh, so you can't, like, rules lawyer your way through it and be like, oh, I'm going to do a little something here. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Like, you have to progress through the story, I guess, is the goal.
You can't grind and bullshit the whole time.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Like
Well, that's because that's the way that game is designed, is, like, you should grind your way through it. Like,
Yeah.
level up your characters, get different gear or whatever.
Yeah, don't sit there. Don't play with your dick.
Yeah.
And don't fucking, oh, man, let me get another level. Just do it. Yeah. But yeah, dude, 7 was that shit, man. Fucking.
You know what else they're remaking, dude?
What's that?
I just found out the other day. SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom.
What the fuck is that?
Let me fucking tell you about that one. That's actually one of my favorite games on PS2.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. So, it's a platformer SpongeBob game. I mean, it's just like any other fucking SpongeBob game. But this one was dope as shit. Like, it was just good.
Okay.
And it was just hella fun. That's all it was. It was just the most casual fucking game. But, you know how there's, like, speedrun communities and shit?
Yeah.
Right? So, that's one of the most popular games for speedrunners, apparently. I'm telling you, if you boot up Twitch right now and you ever pull up, like, those speedrun things, I guarantee you somebody's going to be streaming it.
What's roughly the world record for that game?
I have no clue, dude, but I've watched some speedruns, and it's mostly, like, because it's all from PS2 stuff, right? So, games, like, choppily coded up, and, like, there's some glitches and shit that you could do, like, different bypasses of, like, stages, and that's how it was. I mean...
I got you.
Yeah, but it was a good game, dude. It really was fun.
Nice. And they're remaking
it, yeah, bro. Fucking
that's
full HD remake.
I kind of hate that shit, because it came out with, like, Crash Bandicoot remake.
Yeah.
And it's like, I played Crash Bandicoot back in the day. It's like, dude... You're juicing this shit. To bring it back to Final Fantasy, it's like, so they're doing 5 or 6 episodes or whatever, right? It's just like, guy, I mean, do you want us all to just kneel down and suck all your dicks? You know what I mean? It's a huge rollout, right?
But it'll probably be a while before the next Final Fantasy VII version drops, though.
What, like the next episode?
Yeah.
Really? Think so?
Yeah,
I think it'll be
for sure.
See, that's fucking crazy.
Because they have to redo everything. Like, they did the whole entire game from scratch.
They've been making this game for 10 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it took them so long, I think, is because they remade it from scratch completely.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't just take Final Fantasy VII and just throw fucking 1080 graphics over it. Like, they literally remade it. Like, it looks like a fucking movie. It looks like a modern game.
Yeah, which is cool. It's just like, I mean, dude, back in the day, I think there was a point where computing just kind of outsped what people could do.
Yeah.
Back in the day, so when Final Fantasy VII dropped, right? Everyone played it. In 1998, Final Fantasy VIII dropped. They dropped 7. A year and some change later, 8 came out.
But don't they have, like, yearly releases? I mean,
Well, that's what they had. A year later, in the year 2000, 9 came out. 2002, 10 came out.
Well, 10 was actually good, too, from what I heard, right?
10 was fucking
10 and
amazing.
10-2 or whatever.
Yeah, 10 was amazing. 10-2 was a little weird. But yeah, dude, you had these bangers. You had 6, you had 7. 8 is controversial. I like it. A lot of people don't. It's kind of boring to play. 9's fucking amazing. 10, way fucking amazing. It's a little new and weird, but it's way fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And that was like the golden era. You know what I mean?
And then they dropped fucking Kingdom Hearts.
Dude, Kingdom Hearts is cool. Now they dropped Final Fantasy 12, and that really shit the bed.
Really?
Yeah, it took place in a cool time, like a cool setting that people already knew about, but it just blew. And it was just like, ugh. But think about that. They dropped
What do they have now? What's the 15, right? It's like the latest
15
one?
is the latest one.
Jesus Christ.
And it took them fucking forever to make. 11 and 14 are MMOs. They don't count.
Yeah.
So you have 12, you have 13. And then they dropped 2 sequels to 13.
So fucking dumb to me, dude.
They dropped
like, why would you make a totally, completely different fucking genre of game and be like, yeah, this is Final Fantasy 13.
Release it as an official.
But it's an MMO. Like, what the fuck?
I think they really wanted to crack into the MMO market, but so they wanted to lend it some credibility by calling it 11.
That game's been alive and active for fuck knows how long, though. It's been out for a while, dude.
Well, 11's been out forever.
13, I'm sorry. Or 14.
14 has been out for a decent
They
chunk.
just dropped, like, an expansion recently, dude. Like,
Yeah,
not too long ago.
Yeah, it's been around for a while.
That's fucking nuts. Some people actually say it's decent. Like, some people actually quit a bunch of MMOs that I used to play that are like, you're just gonna go play fucking Final Fantasy, man. Fucking everything else sucks.
Dude, that's bonkers. Yeah. I played 14. I was like, great, I'll play it. I picked it up. For like 2 days, I dropped it. Yeah. Years later, maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I come back to it. I level up. I max my guy. I get all the main quest shit done. Boring as all fucking hell.
Yeah. That's what it looks like. I think I played maybe like an hour or two of it, and I was just sitting here. I was like, this is fucking weird.
It really blows chunks, man. Yeah. The MMO genre, it really needs a revamp.
I think it definitely fell off. Like there was a time where all you had to play was MMOs. Like that's all you should have played, right? Like with WoW, Vanilla, and Burning Crusade.
Yeah.
Like even when Lich King came out, I think I still appreciate Lich King. I still think Burning Crusade and Lich King were top WoW days.
Yeah.
Anything after that is dog shit.
Yep.
But I've been thinking about going back to WoW, dude. I really have. With this new expansion, maybe. I don't know.
What's the new? What the current one or the next one?
It's coming out.
Shadowlands, okay.
Shadowlands or whatever.
I got you.
Yeah.
I hate. Here's the thing. I hate WoW. I started with the vanilla. I started 3 weeks into vanilla.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I was like right about there at the release of vanilla.
You started with that shit
3 weeks after.
I envy the cats that were like young when that shit came out. 'Cause I was 18 when vanilla dropped.
Yeah.
I had to kind of. Huh?
Like, you didn't have free time like that.
I had to pretend I had a life. You know what I mean? So like I had.
You know what's crazy? I played WoW still in high school, and I remember like raiding.
Yeah.
And I remember being a part of a guild that had a set schedule for raiding because that's how it was, right?
Yeah.
So you had a specific night when people would raid, and I always remember having to tell people like, "No, I'm raiding, bro. I can't, I can't come out. I can't. I'm sorry, I can't smoke weed with you, bro. I'm fucking raiding that night." Like,
that's fun.
That's great, dude. But I remember doing the same shit with Destiny, dude. I remember people asking me to hang out, and I'm like, "Nah, I can't, bro. I'm raiding. Doing my raid."
You got raid night.
Yep.
You got D&D night. You gotta stick with it. I'm really hopeful for EVE Online. They're doing new shit and they're adding shit. I love the game. It's a little low tech and clunky, but there's something about being able to build your own world in a game where it's like my guild owns this system. We build shit in this. People come and try to tear our shit down.
I want to get into an MMO. Like I said, I've been thinking about doing WoW again. I really have. But my thing is like, because I used to be able to play MMOs no problem by myself. I would make friends online and shit.
Yeah.
Like I would join a random ass guild, befriend those people, and so on, right?
Yeah.
And if I moved out, I still had a couple people I could reach out to, like, you know, shit like that, like a virtual community.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I feel I'm almost like too antisocial when it comes to that. Like there's just so many fucking people, and I'm just like, you know what? Do I really want to interact with them? So now I'm almost playing MMOs just solo, and that's just not how MMOs are made to play.
Yeah. That's how.
Or maybe I've just been playing solo MMOs because I've been playing Black Desert. That's my last full blown MMO that I played.
Yeah.
And that's not really like Endgame is all PvP, like guild versus guild shit, but you don't like all the way up until that point, it's all solo. Like you don't grind in a group, like unless you're grinding like super high end spots. That's the only time. But realistically it's like only top tier motherfuckers are grinding high end spots. Yeah. So it really like if you're grinding, you know, trying to build up your gear, your levels, or whatever, like chances are you're probably just grinding alone.
Oh, I got you.
So I mean, it really wasn't a social game in that aspect. Like that's I don't know. Like, there was a marketplace. Like you didn't physically trade with people. It was just you know, like you had people running around. The occasional like, yo, get the fuck out of my spot. I'm grinding here, and then you would just flag on a motherfucker and just boom, PvP.
Flag on a motherfucker.
That's what it was.
I know.
There was if you've ever played it, there was it was. You either joined a PvE map server or you joined a PvP server. And PvP servers, you get a little bit more XP, but it was on site. Yeah. It's like, you see a motherfucker, like, even though technically, you know, most people at some point, like, realize that you should be respectful, right? You'd be like, all right, if this dude's already grinding, like, I'm gonna walk up to him, I'm gonna ask him, you know. Or I'm just gonna be a dickhead. If I got more fucking powerful gear than you, I'm just gonna start out grinding you until you flag. Because
turn around and smoke that ass.
Yeah, and then if they flagged, I would just beat the shit out of them. But that was the flaw of the system, is that you were punished for flagging on people at some point.
I see.
But the game was so fucking trolly, like the people that played it are just scumbags, basically, that people would...
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so people would just... like, they would basically fuck with your rotations until you flagged, and then you would get punished for it. That was the biggest flaw of it.
Oh, they would troll you into it and they were tougher than you. They would outfarm you.
Not even that, because if you kill them, right, you get penalized for it.
Oh.
And then at some point, if you killed enough people, they would basically, it was called karma bombing, right? So there was a system in the game called karma. If you, So again, like I said, it was PvP. It was a toggleable thing, right? So you toggle PvP, and then you could fight other people. Like even though that other person isn't flagged, if you flag, you can fuck them up. Yeah. But then they can attack you back. So it was basically that's how you would end up 1v1ing.
I got you.
But if you flagged, other people would see you as a red flag. So if you had other people roll up, they could attack you because you're flagged, and so on and so on. But basically, what people do, and every time you kill a person when you're flagged, you would lose karma. After you get negative karma, which was at the time when I played like maybe 2 or 3 kills, right? After that happens, the only way to get your karma back up is just endless grinding of monsters. But you're permanently flagged. Meaning, if you go into a town, guards can attack you, and other people can attack you anywhere in the game.
Got it.
Except for a town. But in town, you could get attacked by guards, and they would just like one-shot you.
That's fucking wild.
So what people would do is, you'd be grinding, right? And like I said, this is a big problem when I was playing. This is actually one of the reasons I did end up quitting the game, because people would show up to your rotation, right? I would be sitting here grinding for like an hour or 2. People would show up to your rotation, be like, fuck off or some shit, or try to like
fuck off,
or try to I'm like, bro, I've been here for 2 hours, like you fuck off first of all. Or they would try to outgrind you, right? Like, or they would fuck with your rotation to the point of like where you would snap and be like, fuck you, dude, I'm flagging on you, I'm killing you. You would kill them, they would respawn, come back, still do the same shit, so now you're forced to kill them again, right? Fuck. And it was just an endless cycle of like, that's how people would karma bomb you, so they would just respawn constantly until you're negative karma, and now everybody can attack you and kill you.
Oh, that's fucking bomb, dude.
So that was like one of the shittiest parts about it. And then people would even go like below, like they would get on their main, and then they would come in and they would just fuck you up.
Yeah.
You'd be like, come on, dude.
Yeah. Do you still own your copy of WoW?
No, I think I'd have to start completely fresh.
I gotcha. Here's the thing about WoW. Here's my experience in it, right? I played vanilla.
You gotta buy like 50 billion expansions, don't you?
I think they all got it bundled now.
Okay.
So it's just like you can just buy the game, buy the expansion, and they'll be like, I think with the purchase of the new expansion, they're like, yeah, you can kind of. They at least got it bundled down with the
because like it just doesn't make sense why you would. And I refuse to play Classic because I don't want to play the same shit that I played over again. You know, I just something about that.
I missed the boat on that. I was kind of thinking about playing that.
Yeah, a lot of people that were playing it said it was good. I mean, they've been patching it and stuff, but I don't know, man. I played Vanilla WoW, and I don't want to redo it again. You know,
I think my favorite time was Vanilla WoW. So here's what I did. Right when I first played Vanilla, you know, you reach that point where you're at end game, but you know what I mean. You're kind of capped out on shit you can do. I reached there, I dropped the game completely because I had to go live a life. You know what I mean? Get a job, that shit. I skipped Burning Crusade. So I didn't really catch that era. I heard it was awesome. Yeah.
Burning BC was the shit, dude. But the only thing I never really did was raid at the time, like when BC was a thing, when they were dropping like fucking Black Temple and all that other shit. Like I wasn't a part of it. I just didn't have a decent enough guild at the time, so I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, it looked dope.
Missed the boat. But I went back and redid them all in Lich King.
Okay, nice.
Like, I ran all of them through. Obviously, you know, we were all geared up, so
yeah, you can just yeah.
But I did a lot of raiding in Lich King at the time. So, and I still think Lich King was the best.
Lich King was the pinnacle. Yeah,
raid-wise, dude, they had the best fucking raids.
Yeah, I had a few months off during Lich King, and so I started up. I sold my vanilla account, so I had to start a whole new one, right? So. Yeah, I had to start from the bottom, but I finally got into Lich King territory. I loved it. I raided, I found guilds, and that's when they first had the Dungeon Finder tool. So you didn't have to like...
Yeah, towards like the way end of it, though.
Yeah, so you didn't have to like find a party and then fly to the place. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
I stopped playing Lich King and WoW altogether right when ICC with the Ice Crown Citadel.
Yep.
When that was releasing like one of its last wings, like once you actually went back and fought Arthas,
I gotcha.
Like as the final boss.
Yeah,
that's like right when I fell off because like they changed so fucking hard at the time.
Yeah,
and like we were barely getting like through fucking Professor Putricide and
that
shit.
was the fucking guy. Yeah,
Putricide was a motherfucker, dude.
Dude, he'd rage off. Yeah,
that 2 fucking abominations with him. Scumbag, bro.
Everybody, I think he was like the 6th guy. Yeah, he was.
Do you remember in there? They had the fucking Alliance versus Horde like airship battle. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the best raid period was Ulduar. 100%. That was the Titans thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
The Vault, then Yogg at the end.
Yeah, I remember. I didn't really when I caught it with Wrath of the Lich King. We were at ICC. That's where we were raiding.
Okay.
But I saw little glimpses of it. Like there was a weekly quest to go back there and kill a dude.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd catch little glimpses of it when they roll up with the fucking machines or whatever.
Ulduar is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, but
it was so much fun because it was so long, dude. There were so many different bosses. There was so many stuff.
Place.
Yeah. There was like 18 fucking bosses, I think.
Jesus.
It was hard. Like they were actually had like really hard mechanics at the time. You could fuck up so easily.
Yeah.
It was fun. I loved it. I think maybe aesthetically it was just the most pleasing for me.
That's what Molten Core must have felt like. I never really raided in vanilla. Like I was like you with the antisocial shit, you know. But when I went back to get achievements, like to go solo or whatever, I looked around. I'm like, this is where it all went down 15 years ago. You know that feeling?
I wish I played WoW like full time when Encourage was a thing. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
The 40-man raid shit.
Yeah.
When they had like the world events and stuff. Like I was there for the Burning Crusade launch when they dropped the Dark Portal.
Okay.
I was there for that. That was fucking sick, dude.
Yeah.
The event and everything.
Oh yeah, that little event, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember.
That was fucking like I'll never forget that moment, dude. Yeah. That's like a video game achievement, bro. Like in real life, where you just never forget that memory.
Yeah, I remember I got into Zul'Gurub a little bit when I came out.
Yeah,
but yeah, what was it called again?
Encourage.
Encourage, yeah.
That's the one with Cthulhu at the end.
Yeah, with the in
the desert.
Yeah, I remember that. And then I think they were dropping Naxxramas or some shit.
Yeah, Nax I think was the first raid actually.
Was it the first raid?
I think it was.
Okay.
Sure.
I remember that's around when I stopped playing it.
Well, they redid Nax and Lich King.
Yeah, so you can't go to the old one.
Yeah, so they redid Nax and Lich King, and then they dropped, I think, either Ulduar or the Colosseum. Remember that?
Yeah.
That one was...
The Blood Arena or whatever?
That was just the Colosseum. It was like fucking... I don't even remember what it was called, but it was...
Wrath of the Lich King?
Yeah.
The Argent
Crusade, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
That tournament was dope as shit, dude. Where you fight fucking Kel'Thalas and then... Or Kel'Thuzad or whatever the fuck... No,
was he in that?
No, you fight the demon, the fucking guy. What was his name?
Fucking Magnaranarith or whatever the fuck.
The one dude, the one.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
So you fight the demon, and then you fight the beasts. Remember that? The beasts? Like the random beast of Icecrown, and you had like the Yeti, you had the fucking centipede dude.
Yeah, he would a random beast kill like under the Coliseum. Yeah, I remember that.
No, under the Coliseum was the end. That was the scarab dude.
Oh, okay.
Whatever the fuck his name was, I don't even remember their names.
Oh yeah, the Scarab guy from fucking Frozen Throne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he was the last boss of that.
Shit.
And then this was my favorite one. Is you had Alliance versus Horde, and you had to fight like 6 or 7 or 8 different Horde members.
Oh yeah, you'd fight a whole squad of Horde guys, right? Yeah, I remember that shit.
But they weren't like actual fucking players. They were like
they were just
mobs.
Yeah.
But they were motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah.
On like heroic. If you ever, I remember like there was points in time where when it first came out, where if you ended up getting, I think like the Warlock or the Shadow Priest, and the Rogue, like you basically were like, that's the end of that. We're just gonna stop right here because they were so fucking tough to beat.
Really?
Yeah. Because it was all chaos. It was literally like PvP.
Yeah.
Like you had to have your raid gear swap over to PvP. Like if you had your trinkets and shit, you would swap over to PvP trinkets. Because that's how fucking nutty it was.
Oh, shit.
And it was a PvE encounter. But you were fighting other, classes.
But, like, so here's my case
against... dude.
Yeah. But here's my case against WoW, right? Like, I played that, I dropped it. When Cataclysm dropped, I got back into it. I'm this guy that dropped it. Once I hit a cap, I drop the game until the next expansion comes out. And that's been my thing for the last couple expansions. I played the game for 1 or up to 2 months. And then I'm like, I did all the stuff, fucking, you know, and then I'm, you know what I mean? Like, I have the same character. And when the next expansion comes...
The subscription thing just doesn't sit right with me, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're still doing that model, honestly. Like, they have a cash shop now, right?
Yeah, they have.
So why the fuck do you still have a subscription? Like, you're already buying the game. Yeah. You're buying the shit in the game. Like, why is there a subscription to it?
They did switch over to the they have a function that EVO Online has where you can grind gold and pay for your subscription.
Yeah, I've heard about that, but like you could still pay for the subscription. Like that's so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me, man. Like I just
And for me, it becomes the same old thing. I'm like, hit the level cap. The quests are the same. The raids are the same. There's neat little differences, you know. Yeah. But I'm like, dude, this is old hat. Next time I jump into an MMO for real, like I want it to be, and I think I've said this to you like that time. I want it to be like you're standing on a 360-degree treadmill and you have like a VR visor over you, and like
you could go anywhere you want.
Yeah, and you have like heavy fucking controllers in your hands and you're doing
I think,
shit.
Honestly, bro, MMOs are the last genre that's gonna get that treatment, the VR treatment.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because like right now, most of the games are pretty open-ended. Like they're pretty straightforward, you know.
Yeah.
Like even like that Half-Life drone that just dropped. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's pretty straightforward. Like I don't think you could just go everywhere the fuck you want.
Yeah. VR right now is a little disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's been disappointing since like the start, dude. They've done a lot of good stuff with it, and I still think the pinnacle right now from what I've heard and read is that Half-Life game.
Yeah.
Like, that is the top shit. Like they're like, if you want an introduction to VR and what it has the possibility of doing, this is it right here.
Yeah, I've heard there's like you can fucking like you can hold like a bullet. You know what I mean? Like you can unload. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that's and like load it into like it's that fucking.
Yeah, it's sick, dude. They put a lot of work into that, but still no fucking Half-Life 3, man.
Yeah. It's just the fact that you can't move around yet with VR. The second they come out with a warehouse that you can just everyone can go into and do shit, that's gonna be fucking crazy.
I mean, like I think they're getting there. Even with the joysticks, it's still fairly cool, you know, because you have the handle hand things.
Yeah.
They have like analog sticks on them. That's how you end up walking around.
Okay.
But you just look around like with your heads.
It's gonna be weird, like standing in a room. I've never really fucked with VR that much.
Yeah. Well, so a lot of it is most of it you could choose. There's like variations, so you could sit down and play it, or you could stand up and play it. So I think there's different things that you can do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been thinking about doing VR, like the fucking PC that I have is built for VR too. So I can pull it off. I don't feel like spending like $800 on a decent headset. Like it's just I'm just like buying another fucking decent computer. You know, it's insane.
That is the thing for me too. If it was like cheap or whatever, it was then cool. But it's
they just I think Google dropped or Samsung dropped a headset. Yeah. That like a couple months ago was like $200.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's reasonable. I mean,
if you really want to get in the VR, you can get in the game with that.
But if you want to get a decent headset, I mean, you're looking at what the Vive or the Oculus. I mean, that's really like the top tier shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm always about that. Like I always like quality, and I do like spending extra money on like more quality and better shit. You know, so if I were to invest in something like that, I'd be like, I definitely want something good. Like
get the goods on.
Yeah.
I just want to see a good game base. I just want to see games I would play. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like they have like Skyrim and Borderlands on even like the PlayStation one.
Two games I never really played more than a few hours though.
Yeah. I can't imagine. Like that actually might be cool playing Skyrim in VR though.
Yeah.
If they did it like right, if everything's the same.
You played and beat Skyrim, right?
Huh?
You played and beat Skyrim, right?
Yeah, of course.
Can you believe I played like an hour of it?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
That's believable. I can't play more than an hour of it anymore. Even with mods and shit. I can't I cannot fucking stand it anymore. I played it so much, I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, some people
people still play fucking Skyrim, dude. People still come out with new mods for this shit.
Yeah, it's
people
just
are still playing it like every day.
Like, how is it that good? Like, I played Oblivion when it first came out. I was like,
Oblivion's better.
You think so?
By miles, dude. I will tell you this much, right? If they ever remade Oblivion, like they remade the Final Fantasy VII thing, with today's graphics, with today's models, with today's engines, with like the same mechanics that Skyrim has, but Oblivion, it would be the best fucking RPG ever made.
Oh, you think Oblivion?
Ever made. Like, there would be no competition between any game. That's wild. And the only way they'd have to be able to beat it is if fucking Elder Scrolls 6 was just miles ahead of it.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Damn. So good.
Oblivion was that fucking good, dude. Oblivion is phenomenal.
Did you ever get a chance to fuck with Daggerfall?
Not Daggerfall, but I played Morrowind a little bit.
Morrowind, that's 3, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Daggerfall, I think, was 2.
Daggerfall 2, yeah. I forget. I listened to a YouTube video about it. Daggerfall apparently was so ahead of its time.
Dude, the first Elder Scrolls was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
It was so large of a world that it would take you, I think, like a week to go from one end of the map to the other, apparently.
Straight walking?
Like, straight walking, yeah.
That's fucking bonk.
It was that big of a world. Like, and the game came out in the fucking, like, 90s, dude.
Yeah.
It was, like, choppy, Minecrafty looking.
Yeah, I think they did the same thing with Daggerfall. I think they reiterated on it. I think to this day it's supposed to be the biggest fucking world ever.
Yeah.
Like,
well, the first one, Arena, was... If you, like... Okay, so if you break down Elder Scrolls, right, you got, like, Morrowind, which is its own separate continent or, like, island.
Yeah.
You know, part of the world, I guess, we'll call it that. You got, you know, Oblivion, which is in Cyrodiil, which is another continent, right, or another area in the world.
Yeah.
And then you got like Skyrim, which is the northern part. You got its own separate area, and then you got Daggerfall, which is also its own separate area.
Yeah.
Arena is literally every single one of those lands.
Is that the first
all
one?
together? Yeah. That's why it's so big, because it's everything. Fuck. It's think like the fucking online thing, the Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, think that, but just straight shot through.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's Arena. That's why it takes so long to like cross.
Is that what they called the first one? They called it
Elder
Scrolls Arena.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Yeah, I don't know what it is about that. Borderlands is another one that I fuck with, and I'm like, okay, this is cool, and I see where it's going. I'm just old. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm just like, yeah. Like, there's something to be said for, like, having done so much of the same shit in video games.
Yeah.
You reach a point where you're like, oh, I need something new and revolutionary. I need a thing that I'm like, boom. You know
what my problem actually is with video games is that a lot of... Well, number one, the biggest thing is that a lot of games are just being released as early access. You know, people are just out there, like, they're just releasing half-completed games, and they're like, we'll patch it later, just buy it, like, play it now. I mean, that's fine, right? Because it's like, if I'm waiting for a game that I've been waiting for 5 years, I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to play it, like, now. I'm okay with playing an incomplete version as long as you guys fix your problems and, you know, complete it at some point within the next couple of years. Yeah. But motherfuckers, it's a model nowadays. People have fucking early access games for... Fucking Fortnite is still in fucking early access, bro. Yeah. And they can get away with it because, you know, it's... Oh, there's a bug. There's a game-breaking bug. Oh, well, but we're in early access, so nobody's gonna fucking pay no mind to it.
Yeah.
That's how they get away with this shit, and that's why they've been releasing it. Like, that's how they get away with charging $30 fucking for DayZ for 8 years, and it being the most broken, busted fucking piece of trash game in the world. People still played it. It was good, but then you'd run into a game-breaking fucking bug, and then you'd be like, oh, well, this is fucking wrong. How you guys charging $40 for a game like this, and it's incomplete, blah, blah, blah. Early access, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess.
I feel like it's like Ills. If we sat here and we had like gambling debts, right? That'd be the one way to pay it off. We'd be like, hey, we're gonna release a game. We're gonna pretend, okay, let's get fucking our boy in the fucking programs, okay? Yeah. And we just be like, this is.
But you can though, and that's what's happening. Like, that's what's happening with all these fucking BRs, dude. They're all fucking betas. Every single one of them.
Yeah, it is. Everyone wants to be the first to market.
Yeah. And
it's just like shit. It's just like, all right, dude, fucking. Can you hit me with a fucking game? Can I play Super Mario? Can I bounce off my fucking wall?
That's my first issue, and it's definitely gotten better. Like, people are actually releasing more completed games now. Like, everything's more stable, you know? Like, people are actually doing betas and alphas and shit beforehand. So that's fine. But my biggest issue is that, like, you'll release games, and I'll even use, you know, Borderlands 3 as an example. Like, I remember when that came out. The game is fine. The content was great. But you get to the end, and that's it. You have nothing the fuck to do.
Yeah.
Like, there's just no end game content in anything anymore.
Yeah, people want that endless game experience now.
That's why people fucking play BRs. That's why gamers are playing stupid fucking, oh, I'm just gonna die, I'm gonna start all over again. Because it's it's continuity, right? Like, okay, I died, I'm gonna start all over again. Whoop-de-hoo. But it's gonna be a different game.
So people like this procedurally generated, like Minecraft, fucking don't start together.
Yep.
Because it's like, we want to play a game, we want to enjoy it, but then we want to...
different content. Like, I want shit to do after I beat the game or get to the end. Like, you know, I beat the story, but that's it. Like, that's dumb.
For multiplayer, for MMOs, for, like, competitive shit, I want something that the next time I come back to it, I feel like it's a fresh thing. I feel like there's a whole new window of opportunity for me.
What's up with that Valorant shit, by the way? Is that still, like, hot as fuck?
People are fucking with it. All the streamers are...
It looks dumb, dude.
They got the...
It looks so fucking dumb.
I took a quick glimpse of it and I was like, okay. But Riot makes it so I'm like, it's gotta be something to it. I don't know.
There has to be. I mean, because if that's all anybody's streaming.
Yeah.
That's just, I don't know.
Yeah, when that joint drops, I really want to take a look at it.
Well, you can get like beta access to it or something right now, right?
You can. Riot runs you through the fucking ringer to get beta access nowadays. You don't just.
No, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
You don't just sign up and then they just send you a beta key later. Yeah. Like when Legends of Runeterra was coming out, the card game. They wanted you to sign up, right? Then they're like, hey, the more League you play, the quicker we're gonna give it to you.
Well, I heard this one you have to like watch official streams.
Yeah.
But they said now, I was reading something the other day. They said if you watch any content creator that is playing the game, there's a chance that you'll get the invitation.
Yeah, it's like, dude, how many hand jobs do I gotta give out to play this fucking game? I mean, you just can you charge me? Can you do something? Yeah, like get the fuck, man.
I mean, shit. Like I'll pay fucking $20 for your dumbass game.
Yeah,
play it.
I hate. I don't know.
It's PC only right now, right?
I would assume so.
I think it is. Yeah.
I think everything everything Riot makes is PC only, except for they got Teamfight Tactics, which they have on mobile now. Which is
I saw that dropped.
That's really I like Teamfight Tactics. I'm not, I don't go crazy over that shit, but it is kind of nice that I can chill on my couch. I can watch a little Mad Men, and I'm like, yeah, let me bust some fools up. Let me go take 6th place real quick.
But I feel like that game was originally designed to be a mobile game, because that's how mobile games are. All mobile games are AFK based.
Yeah, it's an auto chess game.
Yeah.
So auto chess is a mobile joint, so it makes all sense of the world.
Good times.
Good times, brother. Fucking any good you been fucking with any good games lately? Anything we have to talk about?
I started playing Path of Exile again.
Oh yeah.
I played Overwatch briefly for a little bit again.
I see you on Overwatch. I was like, yeah, he did it.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I feel like it's so dry with games. It really is, and I'm sick of BRs, dude. I'm sick of playing fucking BRs. I'm tired of it. I cannot wait for the day that this genre gets just completely decimated by something else, it has in the past. I'm just so sick of fucking Fortnite. I'm so sick of fucking Apex. I'm just tired of this shit. And this Valorant shit, it's still going on. It's a continuation of that, because it is a BR ultimately, technically.
Yeah.
Right. It's more like tactical, I think, but.
Yeah, it's FPS with some kind of tactical element to it.
I'm excited for Overwatch 2. That's supposed to come out at some point.
Overwatch 2, isn't it? Now if you buy Overwatch 2 though, you still play with the people who are playing Overwatch, right?
I think so. Yeah. So there was a lot that they released about it, but then it was like a bunch of under the wraps type of shit. So I think it's supposed to be a continuation of it, but it's supposed to be like Overwatch 1, but it's also going to have PvE content in it.
Really?
Which is cool. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So some of the events that they had in Overwatch throughout the years, they've had PvE stuff where you just fight robots and shit or whatever.
I know
it's kind of going to be like that. Yeah. So that's cool.
What would you say to an AR game, but it's an MMO?
You mean like Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
I mean,
that was cool though.
I don't know. I mean,
I had this idea back in the day. It'd be cool to take EVE Online, right? Like some of the elements. Let's take Black Desert Online. So I feel like these are similar games. Yeah. But what if you had to actually go outside and move around and trade and do shit?
I feel like people wouldn't get that. There's a lot of people and there's a huge fan base and player base that Pokemon Go has, but it's just, I don't know.
People like to sit.
I've done that. I've done it. It's not
people like to sit in their houses.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's boring. I don't want to have to go out and fucking raid over here with a bunch of sweaties,
I feel like if a game did do that, it had to be on an amazing IP.
It had to, yeah.
Just like Pokemon Go, right? Like that.
Well, they did Minecraft like that. Really? There was a mobile Minecraft game that was, I'm pretty sure it's still out. I think it's like Minecraft Earth or some shit. It's literally Minecraft Pokemon Go.
That's fucking... So outside on my front lawn?
Yeah, you'll have a tree and shit, and you'll go out there and you'll tap it and you'll chop it. And then you could build a fucking fort outside.
It's called Minecraft Earth?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Not even kidding, bro.
That's bonkers.
Yeah. And on that mind-blowing note.
Yep.
that's the end of that one.